Hello, everyone, and welcome to a slightly earlier Cinemateq live stream where I am going to light up the barbecue and then slowly baste all of your Letterboxd corpses in a nice little juice that I made up. It's a family recipe, and then I'm just gonna slow cook ya for several hours. It's a roast, you see. We're doing Letterboxd profile roast, but we're doing it much earlier in the day because I think there's some people out there who do not live in North America who are actually fans of this channel and who like watching this stuff. So I want to give them an opportunity to join us live, as well as some other people here who are always in the live streams as well. Maybe give you guys a bit of a different look. See what TJ's like in the middle afternoon. Maybe have a good old Aloha Friday on a Friday. Yes, this is an alcoholic beverage. Oh, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time today. Cheers, everybody. Oh, it tastes like freedom. All right. So, who do we got in the chat here? Who am I saying hello to? What up, Crossfire and Tim and Ella, Marto? Don't remember seeing you in the chat before, so that's sick. We got Fantasy. I like the wordplay. Hawk, Don. It's not too early for this. Maybe you just woke up, but hey, welcome anyways. We got Naturo here, and I know you're coming in from Europe, so I'm sure you're happy about the time difference. Wiggler, you're new to the chat. Haven't seen you before. Nox, how you doing? Jarp, Hawk. I think I already said Hawk. Nerdy Film Girl, well, hello, and thank you so much for joining us. I think I follow you on Instagram, actually. Hope you're having a good goddamn day. Neo, Expendables fan in quotation marks, which is probably the best way to be an Expendables fan, in quotation marks. And we also have Howie, the face of Joe, and Fantasy coming in with the very first super chat of the day. Thank you so much, Fantasy. So for all of you who are new and who have not joined one of these live before, here is how this is going to work. I'm going to totally obliterate all of your Letterboxd profiles. That's what I'm going to do, and it's going to be fun for me. It's going to be real fun. And if you want to get your account roasted, your profile roasted, there is a link in the description box below. You can comment there, and you basically get on the list for roasting. Now, that list has hundreds of people on it, and I don't really know how far into it we are, but usually I don't end up getting through all the people that I want to. So if you want to jump the line, and if you desperately want to have your profile roasted, you just got to super chat. Any amount, it's all good. I appreciate the support. And aside from that, please like the live stream, or I'm going to come to your house, murder your parents, and roast them in a slow cooker. I bet they'll be delicious. It's still vegan if they're humans. Okay, so we got Fantasy here saying, love your live streams. Well, I hope you feel that way after I obliterate you. Because I don't know if you guys know this yet. I don't know if there's a meta around these particular live streams, but I think you probably know that I am at my absolute 100% best when it's right at the beginning of the live stream. Not to say that the rest of the live stream is bad, but the first one I think is always a good one. It's always a fun one. So I want to just say to Fantasy, I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready as I just take a quick look, a very quick look at what's going on here on your profile. And I guess we'll see where we go. I guess we'll see where we end up, because now it is time for the roast of Fantasy. Yes, they think it's a good idea to come in here and give me money so I can roast them before everyone else. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's great. I kind of feel like I'm the guy right here ringing the bell, calling you in to your immortality, to your destiny, to your demise, perhaps. This is from Sunrise, right? This profile picture is from Sunrise, right? That would make sense, because based on your favorite films, you're a pretentious ass piece of shit. Andrei Rublev Kowaitin, this film, which I've seen pop up before but cannot remember the name of, The Hourglass Sanatorium, excuse me, and The Music Room, which I believe, yes it is, a Satyajit Ray film. So there we go, everyone. We already have on our hands a basic Criterion bitch. I can't even believe how many of these we had in the last live stream. Way too many if you're asking me. And I think actually, based on the favorite films, 3 of these are already in the Criterion Collection. If the Criterion Collection had done a good thing and put another Satyajit Ray film in their collection, which they probably did. Now here's the thing, Fantasy. Here's the thing that I'm kind of upset about when I look at your profile. You're kind of fucking with me right now. Because when I do a roast, I tend to go after a lot of different people's aspects of their profiles, right? Their favorite 4 films, that's usually a fun thing, but also their recent activity lets me know what they're actually doing. And all I see here is just a giant void of nothingness. What am I supposed to do with this? Imagine that you're watching Cars 2 all of the time and then talk shit about you because you're watching Cars 2 all the time? No, of course not. I've never seen that film. I can't say anything about it. If I were to go to all, would it just be blank and nothing? Okay, what about your diary? Ah, there we go. Nothing in your diary. Congratulations for not actually using this site, even though you've managed to log almost 1,000 films. And you've also made 9 lists, Fantasy? Alright, I guess we better take a look at those and see what's going on. Ah, yes, that image is from Vampire, isn't it? I should know that. I should have known that. You can roast me in the chat if you want to. I should have known that one, though. Okay, so, films watched with my mum. Oh god, I'm sure all of these will be disgusting. 136? This is all bullshit, right? Like, you didn't actually watch Blonde with your mom, right? You didn't watch Antichrist with your mom, right? Like, this is not a movie that you watch with your mom. Did you watch this on Mother's Day with your mom? I know that was only like about a month ago, but oh my god, why would you want to watch this with your mom? What would possess you to watch this with your mom? And you know what? There are some films here where I'm like, oh yeah, this is probably okay to watch with your mom. Like, I've probably watched Schindler's List with my mom. It wasn't a fun time. You can never have a fun time watching Schindler's List with anybody. Or watching it by yourself. But yeah, I'm just confused. Because this just seems like it's all true. It's all real. In which case you literally watched, like, Willem Dafoe come blood with your mom. That's not the bonding experience that I strive for with any of my parents or relatives or other human beings. Honestly. Good Lord. And there's just a lot of other stuff here that kind of just stands out as being like, what the fuck, but also kind of cool, like Tokyo Story. Right on, right on, right on. That's kind of wholesome, sort of. She's crying though, so maybe not. And then, like, Decision to Leave. Other films, Lake Mungo, Censor. These are films you're watching with your mom. Depending on how old you are, I feel like I do need to call Child Protective Services, but I don't think you provide that information in your profile, so I will relent. After, well, oh shit. You actually have a list for cannibal films ranked? Oh no. Maybe we don't need to call Child Protective Services. Maybe it's just a sanitarium. Maybe that's where we need to be going with this. So here is your list. Did you actually give us anything here? I bite the hand that feeds me, slap at the face that eats me, some kind of animal cannibal made impressions on me. I can't tell if these are lyrics from a really bad, like, 1960s rock and roll song, or just, like, things that Trent Reznor just threw away, you know? Lyrics that Trent Reznor just threw away. What is actually in this list? Is this ranked? How can this be ranked if it's not a ranked list? Do you not know how to use this site? Also, shout out to Luke Core for getting in with a super chat. Thank you so much. So, yeah. I'll just assume that this is meant to be in order. Cannibal Holocaust #1, true. Excellent film. We'll never watch it again. That's how you know it's a good cannibal movie. Is Silence of the Lambs really a cannibal movie? Does he eat flesh? No, because he turns the skin of his victims into a suit. So I don't even think this is a cannibal movie. I think maybe you're just trying to include it because it's real good and you want to bring some more prestige to your list. I don't think that's actually a cannibal movie. And then for some of these other ones, I have no idea if they are or are not cannibal movies. Oh wait, Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs with Hannibal Lecter. I'm an idiot. Please feel free to roast me in the chat on that one. But Neon Demon, no idea. No idea if that's a cannibal movie or not. But I'm going to say this is probably all wrong because you do have Ravenous at the very end. And we all know that Ravenous is like one of the best cannibal films ever with one of the best soundtracks of all time, at least according to my tattoo artist. And he's right about everything. So go fuck yourself, I guess is what I'm saying, via my tattoo artist. Films watched in 2022, boring. Unconventional Romance, we might come back to that. Films watched in 2023, boring. Iroguro, the hell is this? Is this like European gore movies? Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Ooh, Violated Angels. What a clever poster this is. I wonder what this is meant to represent. Oh, wait, I guess they can't be all European because I think that was a Japanese film. Go Go, Second Time Virgin. All right. Good to know that we're dealing with a freaky ass so and so. Awesome. Boring and boring. So let's go back up here to the unconventional romance list and see how many times we almost throw up in our mouths. Yo, Jumbo. I haven't watched all of this movie yet, but it has Nomi Merlant in it, and she is one of my faves from Portrait of a Lady on Fire. But, of course, how do I delete my Letterboxd comments? I left a comment a couple of weeks ago and then got impatient and donated 3 weeks ago. You just go to it and delete it. There's probably like a trash button that you can press to delete comments. Anyways, what are some other unconventional romances going on here? I'm a Cyborg, but that's okay. I've always wanted to watch because it is a Park Chan-wook film, but it's like one of the hardest of his films to track down. So I am envious of you in that regard only. I do not recall the romance in Audition, nor the romance in Pig, unless we're talking about Nicolas Cage wanting to fuck his pig, which I don't think he actually wants to do. I think he just misses his pig. I don't know if that's a romance. That's more of a friendship. Eero is for erotic, not Europe. Also, hi. Hello, Shin Queen. Thank you for reminding me about that. What else we got going on here? Crash. Yeah, it's a good one. Man. It's just so interesting, like, scrolling through people's profiles who are just so goddamn horny. Like, these are often the most interesting profiles, except somehow yours still manages to be boring because you only have like 3 interesting lists and the rest of them are just like, hey, everybody, here's what I did for the last 4 months. And it's like, great. Okay. That's what the site is for. Usually. Like, you don't need to make lists for what the site's already doing, you know? You know? Unless you're doing it for yourself, in which case it's being masturbatory, which is probably right up your alley. The unconventional romance in The Handmaiden is lesbianism? Really? But that's not unconventional at all. That's just what people do. All right, let's take a look at the films. Let's see how these things are ranked. Let's go from top to bottom. See if we can find some ridiculous stuff. Okay. I know you guys are seeing it immediately and you think, oh, TJ's going to go off because this person gave half star to American Beauty. But no, I'm not going to do that. I'm more concerned with the half star that you gave Bergman Island, the Mia Hansen love film that I gave 3.5 stars to. And yeah, this is cool, especially if you're someone who actually watches Ingmar Bergman films. Like, what's even going on here? What are you doing? It stars Vicky Krieps. Lovely Vicky Krieps. We love her. We love her around here. She was in Phantom Thread. She was in Corsage. She was in a movie that is currently on movie that I haven't watched yet called Hold Me Tight, which looks pretty good. She's been in a lot of good stuff. She's great. She's great, especially in Phantom Thread. And also Tim Roth. We love Tim Roth here. And Mia Wasikowska. I pronounced her name incorrectly all the time. I apologize. But she's really good too. And it's also Mia Hansen love. Like, I feel so wronged when I look at that. I hate it. I don't like seeing it. But then again, you also gave Rise of Skywalker half star, which just kind of says to me that you're full of shit, that you're an idiot, that you're a moron. Because if you think that Rise of Skywalker and Bergman Island are on the exact same level, that's preposterous. That's buffoon bullshit. Like, Rise of Skywalker is an affront to cinema. It is garbage. It is a trash heap. It is literally something that should be thrown into the sun and have its memory erased from all people who ever saw it. We should all of a sudden be demanding that Lucasfilm release Episode 9 after having promised to do so for like 7 years and not delivering on that. That would be society at its current best, because it means that goddamn film would no longer exist. It is awful. Awful. Just like Suicide Squad is bad. Did I rate this anything? Yeah, I gave that one a half star. That one's pretty horrendous. Independence Day 2, yeah, pretty bad. Triumph of the Will, shout out for you to downvoting the fascists. Good job. Are there any other films in here where it looks like you're downvoting fascists, actually? Ooh, Batman vs. Superman. There you go. I love it when I can make these quick jokes. Anything else here that's standing out as being ridiculous? Live Free or Die Hard is not a 1 star. It's like an average to slightly better than average American action film from that time period. It's like a 2.5 to a 3, but not anything to get super mad about. What else? X-Men The Last Stand, X-Men Apocalypse. Yep, those are pretty terrible. Agree. Okay, well, what about on the high end? Is it just going to be more basic Criterion stuff? And yeah, Nicholas, I see what you're saying. I'm not going to go hard on it because I've already talked about it a bit, but sure. Sausage Party being a half star better than Bergman Island, that's stupid. It's dumb. It's a dumb thing. It's a dumb opinion. I've gone through it, and let's see what's on the top end. Maybe this person actually has some saving grace to them. And it looks like actually there's a bit more here than just basic Criterion bullshit. And one thing I just see immediately, which for all I know could actually be in the Criterion collection, is Adam Egoyan's Exotica. There we go. It probably has something to do with him being like super horny on Maine, but you know, it's here, and that's cool. It's a Canadian film. Did you know that? I have to point out everything that's Canadian. That's just a thing that I do. And so, yeah, lots of Criterion films here. Lots and lots of Criterion films here. The basic Criterion bitchness of this account has been assured, but it's not as bad as I thought, because once again, we are getting random ass erotic films. Hey everyone, guess what? It's 1:15 in the afternoon on a Friday, and I am currently showing you a film called Lolita Vibrator Torture. And that's coming to us from the Nikatsu Erotic Films Collection, the same company who produced a lot of Senjin Suzuki's films, one of the all-time great Japanese directors who was doing it in the 50s, 60s, and into the 70s. So there you go. A little fun thing to definitely hide from the people that you're working with, because you're probably watching this in your office. Lolita Vibrator Torture. Yep. Just put up a big NSFW right there. Hell yeah. If you ever thought this was a PG-13 rated stream, you are fucking wrong. Kind of like how you just have a film here called Graphic Sexual Horror. What the fuck? Takes a peek behind the terrifying facade behind the most notorious of bondage websites, exploring the dark mind of its artistic creator and asking hard questions about personal responsibility. Jeez Louise. I mean, it's a documentary, I guess. So that's all right. But what can we see here in the 5 stars? I mean, it would be so easy just to talk shit about Lolita Vibrator Torture, but like, is there anything else here that maybe doesn't belong? Splatter Naked Blood is obviously on the same level as Playtime. Sure, you know, Jacques Tati's all-time greatest film and Splatter Naked Blood. Yeah, they're both in the Criterion collection right next to each other. Yeah, that's a true fact. That's a true thing. Also, you have Pulse here at 5 stars. Nice. See, I think this film is not 5 stars. I think it is probably a 4-star film, and I am going to rate it 4 stars because that CGI plane at the end of the movie is atrocious. I will remove full stars for just terrible CGI. That is something that I'm okay doing. But also, you know, films like Rashomon and I don't know, pick any other film that's on here that's ridiculous. This one, Office Lady Rape, Disgrace! ! Yep, that's on the same level as Rashomon. Totally normal individual that we are dealing with right now. Where's my cell phone? I need to call the authorities. Rocco, call the cops. Jesus Christ. All right, I think we're going to move on from this, although this is kind of fucking hilarious. You also give out 5 stars like they're candy. Like, that's almost 2 full pages of 5 stars. Goodness grief. Just knock it off a little bit. And I think I kind of understand why you're not listing your recent activity. It's kind of like how people don't like it when when the books that they send out at the library can be looked at by the cops. I mean, you're kind of doing a disservice to yourself here by including all of this stuff. I guess there's some need to show people what you've been watching, but I understand why you don't have a diary, because then this would just be hilarious. Even more hilarious, perhaps. Like, you know, watching Inferno of Torture and then watching whatever this random anime film is when Marnie was there. Just having those back to back, and it's like, what kind of day were you having? Yeah? Bad day at the office? Good day at the office? Hard to say. Hard to know one way or the other. Holy goddamn. All right. I think that's all we're going to do with that one. Cheers to you, Fancy. Thank you for watching the live streams. Oh my goodness. How weird can movie gets? You mean like just movies in general? How weird can they get? I mean, they like there are snuff films out there where you watch people die for real. You know, that's a thing that happens. And then you have just like extreme experimental cinema, which can be wild and weird as fuck. Like cinema, the only real boundaries are the ones that artists put on themselves in terms of respectability or commercial ability. And beyond that, you know, sky's the limit, basically. Whatever you can see with your eyes and beyond, you can put into a film. So next, we got Luke Core coming up, and Luke Core's got a YouTube channel. I'm just going to take a quick look at this. I always like to know if people have more subscribers than I do. And they do not. Although, Luke, you are referring to yourself as the Kino Connoisseur on your YouTube page. So I hope you're ready to have that thrown in your face for the next 20 minutes or so. All right. So let's just take a quick look at this. All right. I'm just going to hit up the chat for whatever. My super chat isn't working. Does super chat normally work where you are? Maybe it's a thing that's not available in your country. I don't know. But yeah, actually, I don't know how... I can't really see it with the way that I'm interacting with the site right now. Maybe I can just do a quick thing. Turn my desktop audio off. Okay, it is off. Good, 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 good. Da-da-da. Yeah, so if you just look at the dollar bill, like right below where you're going to type something for chat, that's where you would do your super chat. So I'm in the US, LO, it's just not working. Well, that's weird. Did you try sending the money only? Ooh, interesting, Knox. Interesting. And then yeah, you can tell me your Letterboxd profile in a separate chat. So what do we got going on in chat here? I just want to say hello to some more people who are joining us. Hello, Anna. Hello, Shin Queen. Who else is new here? Nicholas. I think this is the first time I've ever seen you in chat. Hello. What's up, Dory? Hello, Damn Daniel. And who else we got in here? I think that's it. But if you are new here, please get in the chat. Let me know what's up. Let me know how you're doing. If you also want to join this community, of which a lot of people in this chat are already in, you can join the Discord, linked in the description box below. And if you want more content, then you can join up for the Cinemateq channel membership. I think at the $4.99 level, you get an extra live stream every month, probably plus some other content as I'm figuring out what's actually going to go there. And if that's a little too rich for your blood, there's a channel membership at just $1 where you get all kinds of cool little emojis that you can just shove in into the chat. They're very good expressions of people, like Kurt Russell yelling and Lupita Nyong'o smiling. So it's a wide range of emotions from a wide range of wonderful performers, and from all throughout film history. Is there one from Passion of the Joan of Arc? Probably. I actually don't remember. And Hawk donating for Deleuze Films Official. Thank you so much, Hawk. I'm sure they appreciate that, and I know that I do. So, Dozali Films, please leave your Letterboxd in the chat, and I will get to roasting you just after I roast the ever-living shit out of Luke Core. Yes, Luke Core. Someone who, for their profile picture, either put themselves in the most low-resolution thing ever and decided to wear a suit and point at the camera, I guess, or this is maybe from a film that they like. Could it be a very low-resolution still from a poster for a movie that no one saw that came out in the 1940s? Based on the fedora being worn, it's hard to tell. So, what do we know about Luke? What can we find out about Luke? Well, they haven't told us shit, except for the fact that they have a YouTube channel here where they consider themselves to be the Kino Connoisseur, except they decided not to call themselves that in either their YouTube channel or their Letterboxd profile, which means they were probably late to the game and they wanted to get that sweet, sweet SEO by calling themselves something different. And I'm not going to knock that. It's all part of the hustle. I can also see here that you have seen 2,300 films this year. Not bad. Not this year. Of all time, it's not bad. You're only about 1,500 behind me. Good job, kid. But then I also see that you've seen 388 films this year, Luke. 388. Are those all first-time watches? I think maybe you should go outside and introduce yourself to the sun, because I can't imagine that you've said hello recently. That means, based on some quick math in my head, you're on pace to see 800 films this year. 800. I am the cinephile supreme, and I'm only going to see like 220 to 240, so I don't know what the hell you are doing. That is redonkulous. Redonkulous. And you know something is really ridiculous when I mispronounce it on purpose. Jeez Louise. But okay, Kino connoisseur, maybe let's take a look at what you are actually putting down here. What are your favorite films? Well, we've got Boogie Nights, okay, PTA film. Phantom of the Paradise, okay. Goodfellas, Scorsese, okay. And Trainspotting, all right. You know, mostly only English language films that everyone, including your lame uncle, has seen, but okay. I can imagine you, depending on your age, going off to university thinking to yourself, I know, I'm going to show everyone on this floor how much into films I am, and you just go out and you buy a Goodfellas poster and you put it up on your wall and you think to yourself, oh yeah, they know that I like only the good movies. Meanwhile, you walk around and literally everyone on your floor also has that exact same poster, and one for Scarface right beside it. The one that you thought would be a little too gauche to put up in your room, in your dorm. So, yeah, what I'm saying here, Luke, you basic. You very basic. I'm not going to say you're a basic Criterion bitch, because I think only one of these films is in it, but maybe I will be... maybe I will just have to put you into that realm based on what we see next here. What have you been watching recently? Mulholland Drive, 5 stars. Kind of a basic take, but all right. Down by Law, interesting. The Jolson Story. I guess you really wanted to get more information on some guy wearing blackface in a movie from 1927. All right. Wait, this is from 1946. What is this? Did they literally do a musical about the jazz singer like 30 years after the jazz singer came out? Oh, Hollywood. Never change. Although, please also change. And then what is Horror Show? A film that you liked but did not rate. Hold on a second. What actually is it? Great Performers Horror Show. The year's best actors in a series of short, frightening films, including the likes of Nicole Kidman, Andy Serkis, Timothée Chalamet, Jake Gyllenhaal, Saoirse Ronan, Daniel Kaluuya, Cynthia Nixon, Daniela Vega, Tiffany Haddish, Brooklyn Prince. What is this? It's only 10 minutes long. How many shorts can be in this? Horror films dominate the cultural conversation in 2017. Yeah, they always do. Scary movies, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's because reality was pretty horrifying. Can you imagine someone in 2017 thinking to themselves, wow, 2017, that was a bad year. Well, at least we know it can't get any worse, right, everyone? Right? And then 2020 is just like there behind the couch being like, I'm gonna get you. That's probably what's going on. I probably should have put my fingers like this. How does one make a wall? I should watch more Home Improvement. That would probably teach me. I should have like a little thing that like Wilson or whatever from Home Improvement, so I can just hold that up in front of my face and be like, and like say scary things to you guys. Because I assume you like scary things. I assume you like to be scared or humiliated. I'm not quite sure what your kink is yet, but I'm narrowing it down. What else we got going on in Luke's life? Gave what honestly is a is a below average rating to Across the Spider-Verse at 4.5 stars. Gave a 2-star to Renfield. I agree with that. Just go see it. To Spider-Man No Way Home. Why though, Luke? Why? Why is that film 5 stars? Were you one of those people who was standing up when Tobey Maguire and that other Spider-Man showed up? Those really awkward moments where they literally paused for applause and are now really terrible to watch like after the fact when you're by yourself just like watching this movie on Disney Plus. Like, it's not that good. It's fan servicey as all hell, and fan service is not stars. Take a look at Solo as a great example. So much fan service, bad movie. Oh, man. I thought maybe the beer would take the edge off of the roasting, but I think the alcohol is actually helping me cook a little bit more. Also, you gave 1 star to Turning Red, which is a film that is based in my hometown of Toronto, which means I don't like you, Luke, and you are in big trouble. young man. I assume young man. You don't seem like an older gentleman to me. So what else we got going on here? What do we got going on in the list? God, the lists just tell you everything. They tell you so much, right? So, ooh, a history of horror list. Am I about to learn some things? I guess I need to turn off some of these filters. What am I not doing here? Oh, hiding short films. So how far does this go back? The Haunted Castle from 1896. Yeah, okay, that's pretty old. That's pretty old. What we got going on here? Alun Anometra, which is one that he did before the 1903 trip to the moon. Interesting. You're going pretty far back here. The 1910 version of Frankenstein. Who are you trying to impress? My film history professor? Jeez Louise. Phantom Carriage. Nice. Good to see that. Good to see Haxon included here. I feel like there's stuff missing here, though, right? Like, where's like the other Lon Chaney films, or am I just not getting these in the proper order? Yeah, like where are Lon Chaney's other films from this time period? I know he was in Phantom of the Opera. What about The Hunchback of Notre Dame? Where's that one at? Look at all these films. These are probably all horror films. The Black Bird? I have a bakery near me named that. I wonder if it's named after the film. Luckily for me, there are a number of those bakeries all throughout the city I live in, so no, you cannot dox me with that. So how long does this go on? Is this like one film per year? No. You basically stop in 1936. Interesting. Why 1936? Why stop here? It's not like horror films ended. There's a very good horror film from like the early 1940s. That name now escapes me, but it's in the Criterion Collection. And there's other stuff too. There's lots of good horror films going into the 40s. I guess maybe you're just working on it. Still, though, I'm impressed. And that'll be the last time that I say that going through here, because now you have movies recommended, referenced, discussed in college. And now I see the truth. You're just a film bro trying to get by in university. Let's see what was recommended to you, discussed, or referenced in college. Let's see how many American films are in here, and I'm already seeing a few. In what context was Dr. No recommended to you in college? Were you like at a discussion where they were talking about sexual objectification of women and someone was like, "Oh yeah, Dr. No's one of the worst for that." And you were like, "Oh shit, I better write that one down." Also, the Adjustment Bureau, what? Why? What redeeming qualities does the Adjustment Bureau have? I'm more just curious about the conversations that these are getting suggested in. Like, some I can understand, like Vivarium, okay, that's an interesting narrative concept. Ocean's 11, big ensemble cast from the 60s with a lot of famous people in it. Sure, all right. The Searchers, one of John Ford's best films. Raging Bull, Scorsese's best film. The Lighthouse, aesthetically awesome, great performances. I get it. Days of Heaven, sure. Vertigo, of course. Citizen Kane, no duh. Double Indemnity, yeah, no shit. Neo-noir classic. Not even a neo-noir classic, just noir, just a straight noir classic. But then you have other things in here where I'm just like, who is recommending as good as it gets? Who is recommending as good as it gets in college? Who is doing this? Why? Why are they doing this? I'm confused. Birdemic, Shock and Terror? Fuck that. Watch the birds. Don't be an idiot. What is this one? Is that... Who are you? Echo? No idea what that is. Also no idea why someone would be recommending it. The Proposition? I mean, alright, yeah. As an Australian film, sure. Maybe you want to watch more Australian films. Tale of Two Sisters is pretty dope, though. Although I can't imagine that they would recommend A Tale of Two Sisters and not Spirit of the Beehive, which is basically the 1970s Spanish version of A Tale of Two Sisters, but not explicitly a horror film. Tale of Two Sisters is dope, though. That was one of my proudest moments in Framed, actually. That was a good time. I also loved, like, for some of these I am imagining the conversations being, like, extremely obnoxious. Like someone being like, hey, you're in a film class, right? Oh, are you one of those film people? Hey, have you ever seen The Shining? It's like this not very well-known movie that is like kind of scary, I guess. I mean, parts of it are scary. There's like that one time when the guy gets axed like right in his chest. Like, that was scary, bro. But like the rest of the movie, it's like not that scary, I don't think. So I don't really know why people talk about it a lot, but like, you know, you're in film, so maybe you could, you know, appreciate it and like come talk to me about, about why it's so good, because I can't be excuse me while I change accents. I can't be bothered, really. I just can't be bothered to find out why The Shining is such a good movie. Couldn't be bothered to do it. Oh no, 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 no. Sometimes if you do an accent long enough and you're not a trained voice actor, it just turns into another accent. And I'm not going to apologize for that because I'm not a voice actor. Also, who recommended Happy Feet? It's a George Miller film. They could have looked you straight in the eye and said Mad Max 2, but instead they said Happy Feet? What the fuck? Oh, it doesn't make any sense. None of this makes sense. Everything is broken and bad. Mel Brooks ranked. He's done so many more films than this. Watch more Mel Brooks movies. Also, Spaceballs over the producers. I don't care. If I'm wrong, shut up. What else we got going on here? I guess we're going to look at your films, Luke. We're going to look at your film opinions. Let's see how many of them are stupid. Got a feeling there's always a few. There's always a few. Although, you know what? You're coming in real strong by ranking Thunder Force and Son of the Mask half star. All right. Maybe this won't be all bad. Red Notice is worth more than half star, but that's because it's a genre of film that I really enjoy. Okay. You know what? I think these are mostly correct. I'm not seeing anything that I hate. You know, Batman and Robin gets a bad rap. It's a fun movie. You also don't, you really dole out those half stars, right? Don't mind that. Shows me that you're a little bit more critical than the average person, which is good. I think people are a little bit too forgiving. But a lot of these, I could see why you're giving them half stars. I get it. What's this? Oh, Jigsaw? Oh, fuck that movie. Captain Marvel's a little bit low. It's a mid movie. Mid meaning 2.5. What on the high end, though? Happily Never After is my guilty pleasure. Knox, if I remember correctly, you probably have a lot of guilty pleasures. What else we got going on here at the 5-star end? Ooh, a lot of 5 stars. Hate seeing that. You gotta keep those. You gotta keep those for the special ones, Luke. The special ones. These 5 stars be legit. Jared, you literally had 3 seconds to look at these before making that statement. Calm down. So what do we got going on here? Like this one, for example. Who killed Captain Alex? What is this? Wait, is this what I think it is? Oh, is this like a Nollywood? Is this a Nigerian action film? That's what this is, right? Or excuse me, it's from Uganda. Oh, interesting. So you are into the cool stuff. You're a cool guy. Interesting. Wait, Wabbit Trouble? All right. Short animated films up top. Boo. But you also gave Babylon 5 stars, so I'm not going to get too mad. Even though it's only like a 4-star film, but like one of the best 4-star films you'll ever see. That ending, man, still pisses me off. Queen and the Muppets doing Bohemian Rhapsody? Isn't this just a music video? I hate this. This is a music video. Keep it the hell out of here. I'm not a fan. What else we got going on in here? A Grand Day Out by Nick Park. Oh, it's a Wallace and Gromit short. Who'da thunk it? All right, I mean, yeah, there's a real mishmash here. And there are some things that I would just be like, really? Like these on the same page? But it seems like your taste is so eclectic that maybe it makes sense. I don't know. It's so strange. Also, the Suicide Squad is not 5 stars. Like, if you're going to come out here and you're going to put Shining 5 stars and then say the Suicide Squad is 5 stars, that's incorrect. That's just wrong. That's not a true thing. And I think you understand that. I think you acknowledge that. This is probably more of like I really enjoyed Suicide Squad, but I enjoyed it despite its many, 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 many faults. So, no. No to that. No. No. Yeah, whatever. Oh, you know what I forgot to do with the last one, actually? I forgot that if you super chat, I recommend a film out of your the next film that you must watch. I get to decide the next film that you watch, and if you disrespect me, I will once again hunt you down and shove a spit right through you and roast you over an open flame. So, what am I going to recommend for you? I recognize some of these films, but I don't think I've seen any of them. So I'm not going to recommend any from that page. I'll go back and grab fantasy. I'll recommend a movie for you. Man, all right. This is actually a very different, uh, a very different watch list than what I'm used to seeing here. Yeah, I think you just have like very eclectic taste. Still mostly English language taste though, which is, unfortunate. A lot of great films are made not in English. So, okay. If you can find the original uncensored version of The French Connection, watch that. I do think though that Babel is a really interesting Inarritu film, and I think maybe one of his that is the least well known. It's sort of one of these films where it's basically cut up into like many different stories that like tangentially overlap here and there, but it has a number of really good performances. And I think this was the first time that I ever saw Rinko Kikuchi in a film, who is really good. And yeah, Brad Pitt, Cate Blanchett, Gael Garcia Bernal, they all do really well in this film. And it has the same kind of visual flavor that Inarritu is known for in his films, at least from this period. So like 21 Grams, Babel, Ameros Paros, etc. So yeah, good movie. Good movie. Go watch Babel. Fuck it. Why not? Also, Sugarland Express is dope. This is a Spielberg film from way back in the day. Stars Goldie Hawn. Also really good. So watch one of those three. Now, that will be the end of this roast, but I'm going to go back and recommend a film for fantasy because I forgot to do that because I'm a terrible host. And I always forget the rules to my own roasts. Let's see here. Watch list. Do you have anything in your watch list? Oh, you're going to be a tough one to shop for. I can't imagine what it's like trying to get you a Christmas present. You know? Like, I'm sure your family goes through your movie collection and is like, oh, look, it's more rape torture films, but also something that's not rape torture. So what do we do? Do we go half? Do we buy him two films? One rape torture and one not rape torture? Our hands are tied. And then they probably just end up getting you like Old Boy and being like, we heard the clerk told us this was a disturbing film, and you kind of like roll your eyes at them, but you at least still love them because you understand that they put in at least a bit of an effort to get something that they think is to your taste. So you know what? It's a wholesome moment. It's probably the only wholesome moment that you can ever have with Old Boy and your family. So what am I going to recommend out of this? And this is actually really easy. Dead Ringers. What the fuck, dude? You're into like psychosexual, all this kind of stuff, and you have not gone after the Cronenberg classic? Jeez Louise. You've seen Crash, for God's sakes. Go watch Dead Ringers. It's probably the best Canadian film ever made, if not one of the best films ever. This shit is dope. Go watch it. My goodness. All right. So now there's officially two roastings in the bag. Let's see what's been going on, because I feel like there's been some more things happening in the chat. So Hawk donated, and that was super cool. And then we had Merrick come in and say, God, I am not ready for this. Roast the hell out of me. Letterboxd name, Merrick. Well, Merrick, it'll be my pleasure. But first, we got to get Dozali Films going. We got to get this person up and running. And by running, I mean burning. We got to get him up and burning. Also, shout out to all of you, because this is like a much larger audience for this stream than I was expecting. This is a brand new time. I almost never or have ever streamed on a Friday. So the fact that we have almost the exact same amount of people in here that we do as we do on a Tuesday night, that's so sick. And it probably just means that I'm going to do more live streams. I'm just going to do it more, because if you guys want this content, I'm going to make this content. Hell yeah. And by the way, if you do like this live stream, and I know that you do, hit the like button, or else I'm going to bring the moon down into your face. And that's going to hurt a lot for like a split second, because you're going to have the moon on you, and then the world will be destroyed, and that'll be your fault because you didn't hit the like button. Hit the goddamn like button. All right, let me just take a quick look at Bully Mag, see what's going on with them. Also, shout out to all the new people who are in the chat. Glad to have you here. I see Timmy's here. I know you're not new, but thanks for stopping by. Ugel Pomader, how do you get roasted? You go to the list linked in the description box below, and you leave a comment on that Letterboxd list, and then you go in the queue. You want to jump the queue? It's a super chat. Any amount is good. Please keep the stream available to watch. What do you think I'm going to do? Make this shit private? Hell no, I'm going to make money off of it after the fact, like a real capitalist. Even though I'm not a capitalist. I don't like to think so. Get slaw off your list? What? The Suicide Squad at 5 stars. Haha. Just, yeah, imagine that. I mean, yeah, that's what I was saying. Sky High is best superhero movie. Fight me. No fighting. No fighting in the chat. Or rather, only respectful fighting in the chat. Thank you very much. Nice to be here. I work from home, so these daytime streams are perfect. Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad that I'm able to serve as other parts of the audience by doing this. Roast my Letterboxd horde. Well, you gotta get in line. You gotta get in line. Bruce Almighty style. What? Oh, for respectful fights? I don't know. I should stop trying to like figure out what's going on with everything the chat does. Hey, enjoy your content. My Letterboxd is Casra0404. Well, thank you very much, Casra. I always sometimes have no idea what to do with people's names in terms of like referring to them. Do I call you ya boy Joy or Casra or just 04 or just 4? I don't know. But thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. And I will get to roasting you in just a moment. I'm just going to set up these other two first so we can get some good rhythm going, you know? Rhythm is important. I think people, they don't really understand the importance of keeping a good rhythm. So we're going to keep a good rhythm by taking a very small break, not a real break, because I'm going to be here just chatting and talking and saying stupid things in order to really just keep the rhythm going, in order to make the rhythm better. Rhythm is good. Rhythm is a dancer, etc., etc., etc. Can be Kaz. Excellent. Happy Father's Day, chat. That's right. And don't forget, and this is mostly for fantasy because you like watching ridiculous films with your mom, have you tried watching the Canadian film Father's Day with your dad? Might not be a good play, but considering the stuff that you're watching with your mom, it might work. It might actually work. Kaz, all right, there we go. Oh, goody. Goody, goody, goody. Goody, 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 goody. Goody, 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 goody. Goody, goody, goody. Yay, 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 yay. Yay, 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 yay. Yay, yay. All right, so we got 3 to do. And then we're going to get into the non-super chat ones. Maybe this will be another one of those streams where we never actually get anyone off the list. Sylvania cannot score. That's funny. Hit the post twice and skyrock the other shots. Who are they playing, Anna? I forget. This is also a soccer/football friendly live streaming community. Okay, just so you know. Just so you know. Go Canada. We beat Panama the other day. All right. Speaking of beating Panama, it's the roast of Bully Mag, someone who has desperately wanted to get roasted. I kept seeing the word Bully Mag in the chat last time I did one of these, and I didn't know what it was. Maybe it's a little bit of slang that the teens say that I'm not aware of because I'm an old man. That could be the case, but then when I look at this profile picture and I see what is presumably art, I think, oh, it's probably not something that the teens are into because the teens are not actually into art. That's a true thing. You can ask any of them. If you were to say to them, hello, teenager, what do you think of Monet? They would say to you, oh, that's probably a pretty good thing to like throw paint at, you know, because that's how you defeat climate change. It's actually not a bad way to defeat climate change, but like, could we just not do Monet? Could we leave the Impressionists alone, please? Come on. The Cubists are right there. The Cubists are right there, guys. Just leave the Impressionists alone, please and thank you. So what can we see on Bully Mag's profile? I give too many movies good ratings. Well, at least unlike pretty much everyone else who's existed in the in the entirety of humankind's reign on this planet, you are aware of your shortcomings, and I am now going to make fun of that fact. So you also give us here, you know, the laydown of how you're ranking stuff, which, and I know I've pointed this out before, it's the same. It's the same as everyone else's. This is why we use a 5-star rating system on Letterboxd, because we all understand what 5 means, we all understand what 0.5 means, and we all understand what 2.5 means. I don't need to look at something like this to discover that 2.5 means okay and that 5 means phenomenal. It's built into the logic of the rating system itself. We all know how to use numbers. Why do we all pretend that we don't know how to use numbers? I don't get it. So, what's going on here with Bully Mag? I see here that you've only seen 230 films. Maybe Maybe you're not using this site, which is too bad, because that just leaves me with less and less ammunition to destroy you with. But also, you've watched 76 films this year, so maybe you're a new cinephile. Maybe you're going hard for it. Maybe you found content like this stream and you thought to yourself, holy shit, there's a whole world of film out there, and now I'm going to put it into my brain so that this ginger asshole from Canada can make fun of it. Can make fun of me for it later in my life. Well, congratulations, you got there. You do have 11 lists, though, so that should be great. You've seen 230 films and you have 11 lists. That's going to be wonderful. And by wonderful, I mean awful. So what are your favorite films? We've got American Splendor, a movie where Paul Giamatti is sad, which is very out of range for him. Adaptation, a film where Nicolas Cage is sad. We've got Magnolia, a film where everybody is sad. And then we have Italian American, which is a film that... Yes, it's a Martin Scorsese documentary, right? And he's just like talking to his mom and dad. It's like only Martin Scorsese could make this documentary and get you to give a shit about it, right? Like, we're all capable. We all have cell phones. We all have access to cameras right now. You can just do this if you want, you know? The only reason anyone cares about this is because it's Martin Scorsese. I actually used to intern for a distribution company, and I would watch documentaries from like all over the world. The amount of times that someone picked up a camera and just like interviewed their grandparents as if that was automatically and immediately something worth watching was disturbing. The narcissistic nature of it all really made me hate that industry. And like, it's one of the main reasons why I tend not to go to like smaller documentary film festivals, because a lot of it is going to be people picking up a camera and being like, wow, my parents have a very interesting story, and I bet everyone wants to know about it. This is how I'm going to win an Oscar. And then when you watch it, it's just the most derivative, soulless, ridiculous nonsense. Like, just go to fucking therapy, man. Anyways, shout out to Nicholas. Is your name Nicholas? I'm going to call you Biscotto instead, because I can actually pronounce that somewhat correctly. Biscotto coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So back to Bully Mag. Comfort film. Why do I like this? Why do I like this too much? I don't know. You tell me, man. Because I guess it just means you're into like kind of derivative and boring documentaries instead of, you know, good ones. And for your recent activity, it looks like you are trying to get some of the old and the new. You know, the old here being Throne of Blood, the Kurosawa film, the new being Spider-Verse Across the Spider-Verse and Moonrise Kingdom, even though it's, you know, from 2014? 12? Around there? 12? Hey, all right. And you're mostly leaving high reviews. And what was it you said up here? I give too many films good ratings. So now I can't believe any of these. I'm just going to automatically take away 1 star from all of your ratings and see where we end up. And I gotta say, how dare you give Throne of Blood 3 stars? It's a classic. It's an absolute Kurosawa classic. And you gave it 3 stars? How dare you? One of your other recent reviews here. In Search of All-American Massacre, the Lost Texas Chainsaw Film. This kind of felt like a waste of time. I say that to myself every time I finish one of these live streams. Just kidding. You guys are great. Popular reviews. Oh, you saw The Flash. Interesting. Are there any spoilers in this? Okay. This is actually kind of funny. 4 stars. You gave this film 4 stars. I've had people in comments say to me, TJ, you were probably going to hate The Flash, so maybe don't go see it. And I'm like, okay, maybe I won't. So let's see what's going on here. Number 1, all the comedy hit better than Marvel's attempt for past decade. That's not hard to do. Like, look at me. I'm a guy making up shit on the spot for 4 hours at a time. I'm funnier than any Marvel film. That is a scientific fact. I am currently consulting with scientists to get the proper data so I can declare this openly and be proven right. Like, the scientific method is currently being deployed to prove what we all know, that I am funnier than all Marvel films combined into one. So yeah, that's not a shock. Also, you said holy shit, and then you said holy fuck, and then you said oh my god. It sounds like you're having sex with the film. It doesn't sound like you're watching it. I wonder what you might have been doing in the dark theater surrounded by people, maybe with a coat over your lap. That's illegal. Oh, so much fun. I love this way too much. Note, the wide release version may be different. Scenes included, not all included, end credits, etc. Wait, when did you watch this? June 6th. Oh, I see. You were in like an advanced screening. You're a fancy boy, huh? Interesting. Were you at Tom Cruise's house when you watched it? Because he watched it early. And then if you were at Tom Cruise's house, all of my masturbation jokes still apply. They still apply. Let's take a look at these 11 lists. Let's see what we got going on here. My favorites, well, you got American Beauty #1. Oh, it's not ranked. Sorry if it's basic. I love it when people anticipate me. They know what I'm going to do. All right, now I am going to look at it. Now that you've actually somewhat called me out. When did you just do this? Published 3 days ago. Yeah, I bet. Wait, 3 days ago. When was that? 1, 2, 3. That was a Tuesday. You were probably watching the live stream and put this together. So this was just for me. Thank you so much. I should be a detective. I'm so good at this. Oh, Leon. God damn it. I really will make it through like a live stream one day when I don't have to talk about how certain directors are pedophiles. But I guess today's not that day. What else we got going on in here? Is that the original Beauty and the Beast? Well, not the original, but the Jean Cocteau version? It is. Interesting. Frankenstein, good job. Shaun of the Dead, it's fine. I don't know if it's a best of all time movie, but hey, you do you, man. Clerks, the high school version of me is having a great time right now, mostly because you have Clerks and American Beauty here, and I was like really into those movies when I was a younger person, when I had more hair. Did you guys know that I had long hair when I was in high school? Like well into university, I had hair like down to here-ish. Like, yeah, just like brrr, down. I did. Try to picture that. You can't. Yes, I mean, you're right. It is just basic. You already did the roasting for me, you jerk. You jerk-faced jerk. Scream ranked, Indiana Jones ranked, PTA ranked so far, Rocky ranked. Hey, at least you, unlike the person who was here like 3 days ago, had the good sense to put a goddamn Rocky movie as #1. Jeez Louise. Tarantino ranked by villain. Interesting. That's an interesting way of going about it. Huh. So I'm curious. I have a question. A question for you. You have Kill Bill Volume 2 here and Kill Bill Volume 1. Now, the name of both films is Kill Bill, implying that the villain in both films is Bill. And I have seen them both. I know that Bill is only in Kill Bill for like a very small moment. But I think considering these two films are meant to be seen together as one film, we can say that Bill is the villain in both. Unless you're saying that this 7th placing for Kill Bill is for O. Ren, the part played by Lucy Liu, which doesn't seem fair to a certain extent. I don't know about that. And then, who really is the bad guy in Reservoir Dogs? Michael Madison? They're all criminals. They're professional thieves, as Steve Buscemi will tell you, but they're all criminals. They're all the bad guys. It's one of the reasons why it's compelling. There is no good guy. Even Tim Roth kind of sucks. But I do think having Inglourious Basterds #1 is correct. And yeah, I guess for some of these, you just like are caught up in the idea of like, who is the actual villain, you know? Like Death Proof, you know who the villain is. Django, you know who the villain is. Kill Bill Volume 2, you know who the villain is. Pulp Fiction is kind of like, I don't know, everybody's the villain. But it's an interesting thought experiment. Ooh, Kevin Smith films ranked. I've never seen this anywhere on Letterboxd before. Oh, I'm gonna have some fun with this. So here's all the reasons why you're somewhat correct. Clerks, true. That is Kevin Smith's best film, and he's been trying to equal it ever since. I would say that Chasing Amy is ranked too high here. I think that both Clerks 2 and Dogma and Jay and Silent Bob should probably round out the top 4. Mallrats is kind of disappointing, but I would put it below Chasing Amy in 5th and 6th. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back should actually be #5, if not in the top 4. Like, this is a really good movie. Like, I know I've only given it a 3, but I really like this movie. There are so many celebrity cameos, and it's actually pretty funny. So I disagree with that entirely. I think you're wrong. I think you're very, very wrong. I have not seen the reboot. I did see the premiere of Tusk, and I'd say that's about where it should be. And then Yoga Hosers, yeah, that can pretty much just stay there. I think this was just his way of giving his kid like an allowance without giving her an allowance, you know? Just like, hey, be in this movie and you'll get paid like a minimum amount of money and it'll be your allowance. And she's like, okay. And then he gets to make some money off the distribution rights. Edgar Wright Films ranked. What? Scott Pilgrim is not... Scott Pilgrim and Hot Fuzz are not number one, therefore it is incorrect. Top 10 favorite animated films. This just says to me that you have not seen a lot of animated films. Not in any particular order. Boo earns to that. I need ranks. I love the ranks. We're not going to touch Star Wars ranked. It's a Friday and we're trying to have fun. Halloween films ranked. Your top 5 is not bad. So I'm not going to go hard on that. What are your favorites? Did we look at your favorites? Because we already know that American Splendor, I think, and some of these other ones were in your top 4. Magnolia. They were sad films in your top 4. Are these all sad films? Are you a crybaby? Were you crying during Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Maybe. Oh, no, we did look at this because I pointed out Leon. Baby Driver is a much better music video than a movie. Yeah, and like, didn't Edgar Wright do a music video with Noel Fielding, I think, in it? That was pretty much what Baby Driver would turn out to be. And I mean that because there's a car involved. That's it. That's the only thing I'm making that statement based off of. All right, films for you, Bully Mag. Will there be nonsense? You have nothing ranked below a 1.5. You are way too nice to films. Holy bacholi. What does bacholi even mean? Top Gun at 2.5, but you love it? That doesn't make any sense to me. What's wrong with Top Gun? It has actual goddamn fighter pilots flying actual goddamn fighter jets, doing maneuvers, shooting missiles, great editing, great soundtrack, great performances, cinematography is dope as fuck. They put goddamn cameras on planes, and even though they did that in Wings in 1928, it was still impressive when they did it in 1985. 1986? 1986. Jeez Louise. And you get up in rating real quick. Like, literally there are 3 pages left for us to look at, and we're already at 4 stars. Get a little bit more discerning, my guy. Jeez, come on. Like, how am I supposed to take any of this seriously? Maybe you're just avoiding all of the really bad movies. I don't know, but I think that's kind of impossible. We all see bad movies. It's just the way that we live. But what's here on the top? What are the 5? Oh, you know what? There actually aren't a lot of 5-star films. So, there you go. You're doing some things right. But it is, yeah. It's just basic. It's just basic. Well, bring back the fantasy guy who's like super into torture porn. Like, at least that was interesting. I don't need people coming in here being like, "Hey, did you know that There Will Be Blood is a 5-star movie? Did you know that?" Like, yeah, I get it. I understand. Oh my God, Hereditary is a 5-star film. Did you know? Like, yeah, it's very good. What is 1001? What is this? By Avery Rockwell. What is this? Struggling but unapologetically living on her own terms, Inez is moving from shelter to shelter in mid-90s New York City. With her 6-year-old son Terry in foster care, unable to leave him again, she kidnaps him so they can build their life together. Just so you guys know, kidnapping your own son is not a good way to start a new life. That will probably lead to bad things happening. Wait, as years go by, she gets away with it? Their family grows and Terry becomes a smart yet quiet teenager, but the secret that has defined their lives threatens to destroy the home that they have improbably built. So I guess she's probably like a fugitive? Interesting. Put that in the watch list. Have no idea how I'm ever going to see it, but it sounds kind of cool. All right, yeah. I mean, there's only so many times I can say basics. So let's take a look at your watch list and see if we can serve up something that's not basic. What is something that I have not recommended before that will drastically change your opinions on film? Interesting. These are mostly just Criterion films. Did you just like take a look at the Criterion collection and said to yourself like, yeah, I'm going to watch all of these? What is this? Ooh, Al Karnak. I'm not aware of this film. It's Egyptian. Huh. I'll put that in the watch list too. I haven't seen many Egyptian films. What do we got going on here? What do we got? Is that Outlaw Star? No, Gunbuster versus Diebuster. Jeez. The one thing I will say, the titles for anime movies, man, that fucking rules. I don't even know what this is and I want to watch it. Gunbuster versus Diebuster, Aim for the Top, the Gatima movie with Gatia movie with 2 exclamation marks. Like, that's great. That's a great title. Last Life in the Universe. Have I seen this? Is that Tabanabu Asano? It is! An obsessive compulsive Japanese librarian living in Bangkok spends most of his days contemplating suicide in his apartment. His life changes when he witnesses the death of a young girl and becomes acquainted with her elder sister. Did I watch this? So just for some context, I was like kind of obsessed with this actor in 2006, around there. It was after seeing Ichi the Killer, and so I tried to track down like some of his films, and I think I only was ever able to get this one, Survive Style 5. I was able to buy this off of eBay, I think, and it's wild. It's a wild ass movie. If you want to see some weird shit, this is a good one to watch. Like, I think there's a guy in it who gets hypnotized into thinking that he's a chicken, and then he just pretends he's a chicken the whole time. It's more weird than that. I promise it's more weird than that. But I think this was another one that I heard of, and I don't know if I ever got around to watching it. Like, I know I don't have it listed here, but I might have. I'm going to put that down there, too. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So you know what? I haven't even seen it, but watch Last Life in the Universe, and let me know if it's good or not. But Tabanabu Asano, he's a great Japanese actor. I wish he got more stuff. Like, he did those Thor movies. And then I don't think he's gotten much else beyond that, unfortunately. So there you go, Bully Mag. There's your roast. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed it. So what do we got going on now here? Biscotto. Big Nick 7. Uh-oh. Sometimes the jokes just write themselves. Nick Biscotto. Interesting. All right. So who's up next? Oh, wait. Wait, what? Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. There we go. Now we're all good. Everything's fine, everyone. Don't worry. As someone that has seen both The Flash is funnier, Across is barely funny. Interesting. I mean, I don't think Across the Universe is trying, or Across the Spider-Verse is like trying to be a fun movie. Like, it's certainly entertaining in some sections, but I don't think it's outwardly trying to be like hilarious. Hey, CT, have you seen Asteroid City? Not yet. It's actually not playing in Toronto during its limited window, which I found surprising. I'm going to have to wait until the wide release like everyone else. It is early for me, Ryan. You're right. Clockwork Yellow, Clockwork Orange with Minions. Please no. Please no. Nick saying, I've only been on Letterboxd since April, so sorry for the lack of the film scene. Hey, Nick, don't worry. I'll do the roasting. You don't need to set me up any more than you already have. I find it hard to believe it's funnier than Spider-Verse. I mean, like I just said, I don't think Spider-Verse is that funny, but I also don't think it's trying to be that funny. Dory knew that I had long hair. So I guess the trailer for The Flash made it look really serious for some reason. Maybe, I guess. Best Kevin Smith movie, Zack and Miri making a movie is missing. The name of that movie is Zack and Miri making a porno, Dory. Don't worry, we can say the P word here if we want to. Baby Driver is much better music video. Oh, yeah, we already talked about that. I call it The Flush now. Oh, God. That was great. Watched it with the fam. What? What do you mean you watched it with the family? You invited everyone around the laptop? Did you Chromecast it to your big TV? God damn it. I mean, I think it's hilarious that people watch this with their family, just like me ripping on people. It's weird. It's super weird. But hey, we all gotta have fun somehow, I guess. So, Asteroid City is here this weekend. Yeah, because you live in New York, Dory. Sometimes Toronto isn't as cool as New York. It happens on rare occasions. So, but next on the list, let's make sure I got this list in the right order. Yeah, because I got to go in the right order. So, everyone give me a little bit of a stretch. Yeah, get those shoulders worked out a bit. Oh, I'm not stalling. I'm not Stalin. I'm not Joseph Stalin. Because it's time for an actual goodness to gracious Letterboxd roast, this time of Merrick. They're coming to us from the Czech Republic, also known as Czechia. I know something about geography. And they're saying right here, hi, hope you're doing good. And you know what, Merrick? I'd be doing a lot better if I didn't have to talk shit to so many people on the internet. It takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on my soul. But what else do we have going on here? You have a profile picture of a person that I do not recognize. Therefore, I can only assume that you think you're better than me, which is not a great way to start off the roast, Merrick. It's probably going to go real not good for you from this point forward. And what do we have here? What do we have here in the favorite films? Ooh, it's Requiem for a Dream and Whiplash. Wow. If I had known I'd be dealing with another edgy teenager, I would have hit all the scissors. So, what are we going to do with the rest of this? The Handmaiden and The Hunt. Is this The Handmaiden from recently, the Park Chan-wook film? Yeah, I guess you probably thought that putting Old Boy up here in your top 4 would have been a little bit too much, and so you decided, nah, I think I'll just throw them off a little bit, throw them off the scent. But don't worry, we get it. We get it. You're just a dark person. You're trying to show people your emotions, but it's really hard communicating in this current society that we live in, and you feel oppressed even though you're probably not oppressed. We get it. We get it. And then there's also The Hunt, which is a legitimately good film starring Mads Mikkelsen, where everyone thinks he's a child pedophile, molester. I can't remember exactly the terminology they use here. And then they try to destroy his life, even though he is not one. It's another film about how society is bad. So everything's lining up here exactly the way that we thought it would. Will the Joker make an appearance today? I bet it will. What do we got going on down here in the recent activity? Infinity Pool, 5 stars. Hey, did you hear that time when I said that I think this person probably thinks they're real edgy and cool and different? There you go, confirmed. And by the way, that's a 5-star on a rewatch. They saw Infinity Pool and they were like, I need to see that again. I need to see Alexander Skarsgård come on the ground again. I need to see people go into this gooey thing that copies them again. Like, I get that Brendan Cronenberg is a great Canadian director and makes really good art, but at the same time, how many times do I really need to see someone come out of a goo and then leave goo on the ground? Not that many. Probably once. And then we have, what is this? Nightcrawler. Oop. Pretty edgy. Ooh, look. It's the 5th of November, everybody, because V for Vendetta is here, and it got, only 3.5 stars. What was your problem with it? One of the better comic book adaptations. I mean, it's one of the best, aside from, like, Road to Perdition. It is a peculiar film and aesthetically very near my heart. Little goth boy. Little goth baby in here. But despite all the pros, which the film has, I didn't rate it higher. The reason is simple. It's corny as hell. You know, unlike those other comic book movies that are very serious. But if I had to mention the strongest side of the film, it surely would be the dystopic vision of the future. Oh, so you haven't seen a lot of dystopic visions of the future, is what you're trying to tell me. Like, if you want to compare the dystopic vision of the future in this movie to something like Children of Men or even Blade Runner, it is laughably inadequate. The plot is set in approximately the year 2025. Holy shit, that's only 2 years from now. A virus is spreading throughout the world. Holy shit, that happened 3 years ago. Most of America is extinct. Holy shit. I mean, that still has a long way to go. And a fascist dictator is ruling Britain. Holy shit. Well, it's more of a party than an actual ruler, but still. Everything, including technology, seems sympathetically down to earth and not overly sci-fi. Had a great time. Well, yeah, how sci-fi can it be in the year 2025? Like, if we're going to take our own current timeline, and remember too, I think V for Vendetta, the comic book, came out in the 80s. Imagine like 3 years from now, like, what are we going to have? An iPhone 16? Like, it's not going to look that much different than today. So, you know, probably not going to be that far advanced. And I think it's maybe unfair to expect it to be as such. What else we got going on here? Inside, don't know what that is. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This review contains spoilers. Rocket singing creep, greater than anything. I sang with him out loud. So you definitely did that in a theater, in a movie theater. You decided that other people wanted to hear you sing the song that the little raccoon on the screen was going to say. You are officially one of the people that I hate the most when they go to a movie theater. When you are at a movie theater, please observe proper etiquette. Laugh when something is funny, scream when something is scary, cry when something is sad, and aside from that, shut the fuck up. Videodrome, 3.5 stars. What are you doing? What are you doing to me? I didn't quite know what to expect because this was my first Cronenberg. Well, at least you picked the right Cronenberg. I would describe Videodrome as a spectacle of great practical special effects, true, which I'm sure were way ahead of its time, sort of. If you've seen The Thing, you would know that's not true. And great social overlap, whatever that means. In my honest opinion, not their lying opinion, you know because they put the H there, I would definitely not describe the film as perfect. It was a bit boring in parts, probably referring to all of the sexy torture bits, but the overall visuals and especially the editing made me quite excited about the rest of Cronenberg's work. Well, I mean, you're right, partially. The rest of Cronenberg's work is quite good. Sure, certainly there is a range. He has made bad films, but his 80s work is spectacular for the most part. But yeah, this is one of the best. TJEXE quit right then. This is one of the best Canadian films ever made, and it's easily 4.5. So why don't you stop disrespecting my culture, and why don't we move on to your lists so I can go after you a little bit more? Ooh, you went to the Karlovy Vary, I probably said that way wrong, don't care, film festival. I've always been interested in this particular fest. It's like, it's not one of the top 5 film festivals in the world, those being Toronto, Cannes, Berlin, Venice, and Telluride? Sure, let's say Telluride. But it is supposed to be like one of the top 3 or 4 festivals in Europe, which I guess would put it behind Venice, Cannes, and Berlin. But yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about this film festival, and occasionally they do debut really good and interesting films. Unfortunately, there are also a lot of films that don't have posters. Maybe those are short films. Maybe those are short films. Hey, what's that? Is this a Suzuki film? A restoration? No. Yasuzo Mazamura. A blind sculptor kidnaps an artist model and imprisons her in his warehouse studio, a shadowland of perverse monuments to the female form. Here, a deranged passion play of sensual and sexual obsession is acted out in a world where sight is replaced by touch. Interesting. Kind of sounds like a Nakatsu film, actually. We were talking about them a little bit earlier. Quick, someone tell Fantasy about that film. They're probably going to start masturbating right now. Ari Aster ranked. Shorts included, duh. I mean, I guess you would have to. 2023 ranked. Boring. June 23 ranked. What? Are these just like all the movies you saw on June 23rd? I call bullshit. Did you do like a 24-hour movie marathon and these are all the movies you watch? Because I don't think there's enough hours in the day to do this. So what does this mean, June 23 ranked? What? The adult film guy can't catch a break from you? Hey, you know what? Sometimes when you have the most interesting profile that I see on a given day, you're going to get some callbacks. So, you know what? Just deal with it. Oh, June 23. June 2023. The films in June that you watched. Oh. Okay. You see this? April 2023 ranked? This is a good format for a title. This, May 23 ranked? That's a bad format for a title. Bad Merrick. Also, hello, Thomas. You're not allowed to call me sexy until you get my name right. It's TJ, not CJ. God damn it. Get my name right. All right. So a lot of boring lists here. That's too bad. What was on your front page? What was in your front page again? Oh, yeah. Boring, edgy opinions, boring lists. It all makes sense to me. Although I'm glad you did go to an actual proper film festival. You're CJ now? Fuck that. No, I'm not. TJ is the name, and nothing else is the game. So let's see the low end. Casting Nalasku? Interesting. Are there going to be like some shitty Czech films in here? Oh boy. I can't wait to try to say some of these names. Ooh, Babaversky 2. Was it just an inferior film to Babaversky 1? Is that why it's so bad? Wait a minute. Are these just like old people playing hockey? Is this the Czech version of the Full Monty or like Calendar Girls and they're just playing sports instead? I don't think I want to see either of those films. Oh, and you also gave Babaversky the first one very low marks as well. This looks more like Calendar Girls, I guess. Yay. Still something I don't want to watch. Yeah, Cocaine Bear sucks. We all know that. Good for you. Scary Movie 5, Scary Movie 4. I'm not seeing anything that stands out. Scary Movie 2 might be worth more than a 2-star. Actually, did I rate it? Yeah, 3.5-star film. One of the best spoofs of the 2000s. You better believe it. 2 stars for Morbius is way too high. You're being way too gentle, I think. Not seeing a lot of other things here that make me like stand up and shout though, you know? Like that song, Stand Up and Shout. It's PJ now, actually. Y'all need to stop trying to rename me. Because ain't none of it gonna stick. Dio Forever? What? Ronnie James Dio? Yeah, I'm not seeing... Oh, wait a minute here. Cabin in the Woods at a 2? I think that's more of a 3.5. Yeah. One of the first, like, truly meta films in the horror genre since Scream. And it's well produced. Just being meta doesn't make it good, but it helps. I think it's DJ. Y'all are so funny. What other acronyms could I possibly have? RJ, maybe? AJ, that's one. Ooh, maybe BJ for blowjob. Maybe that one. You dummies. Yo, that's a cool poster for Scream. I like that. Shiva Baby at 5 stars. Seems like we got someone here of good taste. What is this? Art Talent Show. Artistic endeavor isn't about competing. Even so, applicants still have to be placed in order of merit at the Academy's entrance exams. But how do you assess artistic talent? And what role can art play in today's world? A layered observational documentary which presents a portrait of an institution and a light generational statement in one. What? All right. That's probably an interesting documentary. I like ones that are a little bit out there. What's wrong? Is there anything wrong here? Is there anything exceptionally wrong? I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Shrek 2 is a bad movie because it has a bad cover of that Buzzcock song in it, but I can't just keep repeating myself over and over and over again. That's not fun for anyone. I will say you are picking like really interesting posters for these. Yeah, these mostly seem fine. Like, I think Last Night in Soho is probably not 4.5 star, but it's nothing to get mad about. And I can't call you a basic Criterion bitch either because I barely see any Criterion films here. French Dispatch is overrated, no doubt. No doubt in my mind. Yeah, it's a toughie. It's a tough one. Sometimes there's just not a lot here. This is a Billie Eilish documentary at a 5 star. That's suspicious. Freebirds at 5 star? I don't see it. Is it here? Or are you just that person who always talks about Freebirds? What's in your watch list? Let's see if I can recommend a movie for you. Oh, Zed. Watch Zed. That's easy. Involuntary is actually a not bad Ruben Östlund film. I think it's his first good movie. His first truly good movie. Actually, wait, shit. You've got some good movies here that I want to recommend more of. Okay, so like, obviously, Zed, Apocalypse Now, Life of Oharu, and Sans Soleil. You gotta watch any of those 4. Get Birth of a Nation out of here. No one needs to watch that racist bullshit. And also, Alphaville and Primer are very good. Alphaville is a great example of a science fiction film from the French New Wave, directed by Jean-Luc Godard. It's real. I mean, it's a very French New Wave film. If you've seen Breathless, you know what I'm talking about. But it's, you know, it does some interesting things with playing with the genre and kind of going after this idea that, science fiction doesn't necessarily have to be something that is, so insane that it's, excuse me, so insane that like you can't recognize it. But a lot of Alphaville is actually set in a brand new part of Paris, like that was just basically built in like 1964 or 1965. And so it looks futuristic because it's brand new. And I think there's something to be said about the aesthetic of the future being pristine and how you can employ that as a filmmaker by just shooting your film in a place that is brand new. And if you're trying to like save on costs and things like that, it's a good way of going about it. Also, Primer's like one of the best time travel films ever. So there you go. There's 5 recommendations because you have just like so many good films in here. There you go. Nice. And thank you, Merrick, again for the super chat. Appreciate it. I thank you for supporting the channel and for being here in these live streams. MJ, hello, Spider-Man's girlfriend. I mean, we're both gingers. We're both gingers. You know what? There probably is like a Spider-Verse where Spider-Man is a lady. We know there's actually a lot of those. And I am the MJ. That's probably true. There is a Spider-Verse somewhere where I am the husband of Spider-Woman. And I'm fine with that. Thank you as well. Love the roast. I'm glad. Yeah, it's a good profile overall. All right. So Kaz is up next, and then we're going to be doing Mr. Biscotto, Nick Biscotto. Just going to take a quick look at Leos. How's everyone doing? How's your Fridays going? Good Fridays? I mean, I guess it's not the Good Friday, but I mean, only one of them are, right? Is everyone looking forward to the weekend? You planning on seeing some movies this weekend? Are you seeing Flash this weekend? You can let me know in the chat. What about Asteroid City? Is it showing near you? Can you actually go see it this weekend? I'd love to know that too. I just found your channel and I'm hooked. Well, thank you so much, Hookage. I'm glad to know that you are hooked. That I have fulfilled my duty as a fisherman and put a steel instrument through your cheek, and now you can't leave. It's the best kind of Stockholm Syndrome. Hi, Mr. Cinemateq. I just joined, and I have almost the exact same 2001 poster on my wall. How does one get their Letterboxd absolutely shredded by your lordship? First of all, my proper name is the Cinephile Supreme, so you're new. I will not hold that against you. It's okay this time. And if you want to get roasted, there's a link in the description box for a Letterboxd list. Just comment on that list and I'll get to you eventually. Or if you want a super chat to jump the line, you can do that too. Any amount of money is okay. Toilet flush, not in my apartment. I'm the only one here. Might watch past lives tomorrow. Hopefully it's good. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty entertaining like all the time. I've seen The Flash. The director is coping so hard and making excuses for the CGI being bad. I mean, at this point, we all know why CGI is bad in movies. It's because there's too many movies with lots of CGI being made at the same time, and they must all be finished like in less than a year, you know? Like if you go back to like even say the 1970s, and this is maybe not a great example because we're talking about like film on film and like practical special effects, but like Apocalypse Now, I think, was in post-production for like 2 years, something like that. They shot for 400 days, and I think it spent 2 to 3 years in post-production. And studios are just not willing to take that kind of financial risk. If they shoot something in like January, they want to be able to release it in December because it makes like, more financial sense for them. And that means they are absolutely killing and destroying the lives of VFX animators, particularly in third world countries or countries where that labor is less expensive, and the CGI ends up looking like shit because they can't spend enough time to make it look good. So yeah, it's basically it's a 2-tiered, 3-tiered problem. One, there are no VFX unions like there are for other aspects of the film industry, like the Directors Guild, the Writers Guild, IATSE, etc. Fucking Disney basically owns the world at this point when it comes to blockbusters, and they have to have everything happening at once, or else they can't like keep their stockholders happy. And part of the blame goes to us for demanding this kind of vapid entertainment all the time. It's a vicious cycle for sure. Watching Videodrome this weekend? Hell yeah, you are. Thankfully, I've already watched every movie, so I don't have to do that. What do you mean every movie? Every movie ever? So what is it like watching 800,000 movies? Hold on, let's do some quick math. Let's do a little bit of quick math before we get into the next roast. I think if you go to Letterboxd and you just look at like all of the films, I believe there are around 800,000 feature-length films. So 800,000 times, let's say 110 minutes. 1 hour, no, let's say 145. An hour and 45 minutes as being the average of those. So 105 times that, divide that by 60. So that's 1.4 million hours. 1.4 million hours of film that you have been watching, which I guess if we were to divide that further, so that's hours. So how many days? 58,000 days. A little over 58,000 days you would need to watch every movie ever. How many is that? How many years is that? Oh, just 159. So you came out of the womb watching movies before they were invented, and then you just kept watching them, and you haven't died yet. Congratulations. I'm really happy for the next 20 years of your life when you manage to finally watch all the movies, except they're going to keep making them at a pace that you're not going to be able to watch, so there you go. There you go. The Flash had years to work on the CGI, though. I mean, they might have been trying to cut corners in cost, right? Like, one of the most expensive parts about making these big Hollywood blockbusters, especially the Marvel films, is that as soon as you've been in a few movies, you can start asking for more money. And I'm sure that's what Ezra Miller did. I would if I were them. So yeah, like, they probably spent a lot of money on the people who were in it. You know, Michael Keaton probably didn't come cheap. And that pushes the budget up, and it also decreases the budget you have for CGI. So even though they had years, they probably didn't have a lot of money to do it. Not all, you know, hired labor is going to be at the same quality. All right. Wait, who's directing Batman? What do you mean? The Batman Part 2? No, shut up. That's not true, is it? All right, I'm not gonna worry about that. That's just gonna make me angry. And you would probably like it if I were to get more angry. So, why don't we continue? Why don't we continue down this wonderful road that we are on with these Friday afternoon roasts and roast the ever-living balls off of Kaz. Someone who is so interesting, they gotta give us a Raising Arizona profile picture. There we go, it's Nicolas Cage at his most Nick Cage-iest. Remember when Nick Cage actually had this amount of hair and didn't have to wear like 1,000 wigs in every single movie he was in? Ah, those are the days. And yes, I do feel comfortable making fun of someone's hairline given my current situation. I feel great about it. You wanna know why? Because I got a good beard. So moving on from this, we have Kasra here, who's also known as Kaz, and they once again are letting us know what these stars mean, and they're just telling us the number associated with them. Thank you for this very grade 1 level multiplication lesson. I appreciate that. What do we got going on down here in the rest of it? First of all, hold on. How many films have you seen? A little under 1,200, 93 this year. I think that's actually a good pace. It's a little bit slower than me, but you're doing all right. You're doing all right. So then favorite films. We got The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Back to the Future, The Big Lebowski, and Akira. What can we say about all of these? Aside from the fact that I'm pretty sure you have an older brother who just told you these were the best movies ever, and you were like, yeah, that's probably true. Because look at all of this. Look at all of these films. These are films that mostly came out in the 80s and 90s. I know The Good, Man, the Ugly came out in the 60s. Don't come for me. I know I also talk too fast. Don't come for me for that either. And this is probably just something that you walked in on in your older brother's room. You walked in there, you were like, hey man, can I borrow this like Nirvana record? And he was like, oh, whatever, bro. And then as you looked up, you saw posters for all of these films. Probably ones that were cut out of an Entertainment Weekly or something like that. And that's just it. when I see 4 films like this together, it's hard to imagine this is just someone being like, hello, these are my film tastes. I think that I'm so good at this. I've seen so many great films. These are the best ones. Nah, you probably just stumbled into someone else's room and saw the posters there and were like, hey, these look kind of cool. I'm never going to watch these. I don't have time for that. I'm too busy watching The Maltese Falcon and giving it 2.5 stars. So then there's just that. What else have you been watching? Mary and Max. I've seen this show up once or twice before. This is a depressing movie, isn't it? A depressing animated movie? Wonderful. Hey, look, they're doing the Schindler's List thing with just like the one part being red. Is this a Holocaust movie by chance? Okay, in the mid-1970s. It's not a Holocaust movie. Thank God. How many do we need? I think there's enough. I've said this before on this channel, and I'll say it again. The Son of Saul is the last Holocaust film. It's the last one we need. Why do you have this film here at 2.5 stars? Why isn't Letterboxd allowing me to go to it? There we go. Humphrey Bogart, as usual, puts on a great performance, and the story has a lot of potential, but it's not executed well. How many Humphrey Bogart films have you seen? I always question this when I see young people saying things like as usual about films and actors that were around in the 1940s. I imagine you've seen like 2 other of his films, being like The Treasure of the Sierra Madre and like maybe, what, another one? And being like, ah yes, this Humphrey Bogart, good performances all around, operating as usual. But it's not executed well. This movie's not executed well. The twists and turns come across a bit contrived. Look, I'm sorry that the movie that came out in 1941 that was one of the most influential detective stories of all time now comes across as contrived because literally everyone else copied it. But you gotta give it a bit of credit. A bit of credit. This is why film history is important, to learn and to know about. And convoluted at times, and it can only overcomplicate things, to be honest. The character dynamics are pretty poor, especially the forced romance, which was weak as water. Probably not wrong. At worst, the film is just boring, but I'll credit where credit is due. It definitely wasn't overly boring. Speaking of the romance in this, who was the female lead? It was Mary Astor. I don't remember them doing many films together. Maybe that's why. I fully understand and respect the Maltese Falcon's legacy. Not all of it, apparently. But trust me, there are better films in this genre. Sorry, but I just didn't like this one all that much. Oh, a 5.2. So slightly better than the 5 that you gave it, or the 2.5, I should say. And then you gave Mulholland Drive a 4. Oh, how many times have you seen Mulholland Drive? Just the once? I love it when it shows me the watch history for a film, and then I can just see like how ridiculous it is. What is this? Returning to an RPG that you haven't played in a while. What? Is this a YouTube video? I can't fucking believe this is on Letterboxd. I don't even know what this is. Adventure awaits. What? What? What is this? It's only been seen by 1,000 people? Yo, chat, what is this? Chat, what is this? Who's Joel Haver? What's going on here? Is this YouTube shit? Is this YouTube shit? Wait, what do you mean the Mario movie at almost 5 stars? I didn't see that. Oh, if you seriously don't like this movie, you can kiss my ball because you clearly don't know how to enjoy yourself. Just one, huh? Just one ball. Or are you referring to your soccer ball? Perhaps your basketball? Why would one want to kiss your basketball? I do not know. But I think there are some reasons to not like the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Like the fact that they tried to speed run the goddamn narrative and it's super, super lame. Like, I have seen movies with plot conveniences before. I have never seen a movie that was one big old plot convenience. I have not seen that before. And the Super Mario Bros. Movie is just one giant plot convenience. And the thing that I don't like about that is because I think the people who made the Super Mario Bros. Movie basically sat down and said, hey, you know who's going to watch this movie? Children. You know why? You know what that means? We can do a worse job at making a movie because it's only going to be children who really care about this. And that's a shitty way to approach the making of a child's film, a film for children. Look at the work that Pixar does. They don't just sit down and say, this movie WALL-E is going to be for kids, therefore we shouldn't like layer in a critique of capitalism. No, they fucking do it and it makes the film all the much better. So, yeah. I think that it's okay to not like this movie, and no, I am not going to kiss your ball, your soccer, or your basketball. I don't care. Certainly not your football. I don't like the NFL that much, even though I do usually watch games on a Sunday when I'm kind of like a little out of it. Yeah, I think that's why most Americans are into football, really, because like it's just a Sunday afternoon thing that they can do when they're like a little too full and they don't want to get off the couch, and it's like it's right there. You know? I think that's it. I think that's why Americans like football. It's because they're lazy. That's what I'm saying. So what's going on up here? Oh god, I love looking at the lists. Tarantino films ranked? Ooh. So out of your like 1,200 films, you've seen all the Tarantinos. Maybe you have lived a wasted life. Oh, you're including things that he like wrote or like starred in, I guess, huh? Yeah, or produced? Interesting. So for one thing, From Dusk Till Dawn. It's a good film. It's a good movie. It's a fun movie. It's a hilarious movie. It's got George Clooney doing his George Clooney thing before everyone knew what George Clooney thing was. And also, I would be remiss if I did not mention Salma Hayek dancing with a snake. I think it should probably be higher up, personally. But it's hard to rate it amongst Tarantino's actual films because Dusk Till Dawn is a Robert Rodriguez film. So what about the rest of this? This is the second Tarantino ranking we've looked at today. I got to remember not to do that again. Inglourious Basterds should be number 1. I'm okay with Pulp Fiction being number 2. Thank you to Leo for the super chat. You're dope, but I'm going to say bad things about you in a few minutes, so remember that time I said that you were dope, because it's the last time I'll say it. What else are we doing here? I put Once Upon a Time in Hollywood a bit higher up. I'd probably put Kill Bill 2 above Volume 1. Put Django maybe... Yeah, no, Django's in the right spot. Reservoir Dogs maybe a little bit too high. Yeah. Ooh, David Lynch films ranked. Best posters. I haven't seen this kind of list before. Interesting. Yo, what do you have El Mariachi in here for? This is like one of the worst examples of like Photoshop bullshit that existed at this point in time. Like, you could literally just download this font off of DaFont, take a camera out into the desert, and get a very similar shot. And I don't know what I meant by Photoshop. Maybe it's the sky. The sky looks bad and wrong, right? Like, that's definitely not what the sky looked like that day. But this is not a great poster, I would say. Although it does communicate what's going on in the film very well. Rafifi's a good poster. The Shining's a good poster. I have that on a book now. That looks dope. Devilman The Birth. This is getting top tier treatment. Speaking of Photoshop, I can see the pixels. Someone applied like a sharpening filter to this. Oh, that was gross. That's a gross ass poster. Oh, fucking White Dog. Dude. This movie has one of the funniest moments in all of cinema in it, and it's like not... it's not meant to be funny. Who's seen White Dog? Hands up in the chat. This is a film by is it Fuller, I think, Samuel Fuller. Later in life film for him. And it's about a dog who is trained by a racist guy to only attack black people. And so it's like, but it's also like a white dog. Like it's literally a white dog. But the name for it in the black community is also a white dog, like a dog that's been trained to attack black people. And so there's like this exchange in the film where where a black person who almost got attacked says, "That's a white dog." And the owner of the dog, who doesn't know that it's a white dog, looks at the dog, who is white, and just says, "Of course it's a white dog." And like, it's just funny. It's this idea. And I mean, like, it's funny, I think, just on the face of it because of like how it's performed, but it's also just kind of like a funny take about how if you find yourself in like the dominant form or like the dominant part of society, you know, how the society that we live in currently is basically built off of white supremacy. If you find yourself in that dominant form of society or are a part of it, then you may not understand more nuanced language in terms of how other people talk about how racism is committed against them. And so this sort of like this meeting of like knowledge and ignorance in that moment is also just kind of enlightening, but I think just because of how the lines are delivered, it's hilarious. So yeah, White Dog in the Criterion Collection, if you can believe it. What are some other really good posters here? I mean, there's a lot of. I've only seen one Saul Bass poster so far, which is why I think this might be bad. Ooh, what is this? That looks kind of sick. This is a short film, but that's kind of cool. Like, it's kind of cool in like an I'm 17 and I want to put this on my wall kind of way. I like that graphic art though. That comic book kind of style. Which obviously isn't like a ubiquitous art style, but you know what I mean. Like this could easily be the cover of a graphic novel, right? That's what I mean. Just throw like a Vertigo #1 up here in the corner. Got yourself a goddamn... got yourself a goddamn comic book cover. Cannibal Holocaust. Is this actually a good cover? No, I'm gonna say that's not a good one. It's infamous, certainly, but I don't think it's a great example of like graphic arts. We're not gonna look through any of these. Ooh, yeah, this Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer one. This one's dope. Good movie. Good movie. Disturbing movie, although not as disturbing as Angst. You guys ever seen Angst? That's a fucked up film. Where's The Exorcist? Actually, yeah, the Exorcist poster is pretty sick. It might be further on, though. Like, we're not going to look at all 264 film posters. That's silly. Disney Channel OG movies ranked. Hey, we talked about that before, and look at that. Teen Beach Movie, #1. #1 in your hearts. I think there's someone else in chat who's probably doing a little dance right now because someone else validated their opinion. Shite Night? What is this? Oh, are these just like bad movies? Oh, these are just bad movies. But like, Anaconda's fun. It's a Jennifer Lopez movie and she fights a snake. How could you say that's bad? Also, I think maybe you're giving Megan too much credit. Like, it's not a film that is so bad that it's good, you know? It's just like, it's just a not very good movie that's desperately trying to be a cult film. And I guess it sort of did become one because of the dance sequence, but I think we've mostly forgotten about that. I don't even know how to say this word. Skiddly-diddly. Skiddly-diddly. Skiddly-diddly? Skiddly-diddly. 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 Coming soon to a shorts reel near you. Skiddly-diddly. TJ saying skiddly-diddly. Skiddly-diddly. So what is this supposed to mean? Is this a word that I need to look up on Urban Dictionary? Because I'm an old? Oh, it's just, there's nothing. It just doesn't mean anything. So what then do we want to, what meaning do we want to assign to Skiddly Diddly just by looking at these films? American films, classic films, quote unquote, films of the canon, I guess. Maybe these are just the good ones. Maybe Skiddly Diddly is just like a positive thing, you know? Like when someone says, hey, how was your hamburger? You would say, if it was good, oh, it was skiddly diddly. And then the person who was asking you would know what you meant. Because everyone knows this very common term of skid, lid, illity. Skiddly diddly. Skiddly diddly. We're having a skiddly diddly time, everybody. That's actually a great fucking word. Hey man, what about mine? Just begin again at Letterboxd. Texted you before and also left in the proper comment section for roasting too. Yeah man, it just takes a while. Just takes a while. You're probably far down on the list. You want to jump the queue? You gonna jump the queue? You got a super chat. Aside from that, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some skiddly diddly times with the rest of this. Frankenstein movies ranked. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. Although Young Frankenstein, I don't know if I qualify that. The Muppet movies ranked. I guess you had the Muppet movie. Although, where did you put the Muppet Christmas Carol? #3. I don't know if I agree with that. I think Muppet Christmas Carol is actually like a legitimate film classic. Hold on, I gotta rate this a 4. What a great goddamn movie. I like am really tired of watching It's a Wonderful Life at Christmas. I would much rather watch a Muppet Christmas Carol than It's a Wonderful Life at this point in my life. Like, if I ever had a kid, and I'm never having a kid, but if I ever did, they would grow up watching Muppet Christmas Carol at Christmas and probably nothing else. Maybe Holiday Affair because I want my child to know that Robert Meacham is awesome. That's it. Spielberg ranked. I mean, you don't have Raiders #1, but you also have Jurassic Park 1, so it's hard to argue against. Christopher Nolan film, Jackass movies ranked. This is interesting. What is your criteria? Like, is it just pain? Is it amount of times that you ugly laugh while watching these idiots like destroy their own bodies? What is the criteria here? I do appreciate how you had Bad Grandpa and Bad Grandpa 0.5 in last place, though. But what is... I need to know the criteria. Let me know the criteria, Gaz. I want to know where your brain's at. I want to know what your brain's doing. And to help further that cause, let's see. Man, Jack and Jill is always a half star. Nobody likes that movie. Oh, look at that base take. Phantom Menace, half star. Prequel trilogies suck. And I will not apologize for it. R.I.P.D. Yeah, that movie's shit. Ooh, is that? No, it's Rise of Skywalker. Good. Love seeing that as a 1 star. Attack of the Clones, also low. Yo, you got pretty good Star Wars opinions, actually. Just based on this. Congo's bad. Spring Breakers is better than a 1 star. Like, I understand it's a little bit experimental, might be a little bit much, but I would invite you to revisit this at maybe a later point in your life and understand how awesome and fun that it is. Hey, look at that. Someone else putting a fascist film way down in the bottom. Hell yeah. I would say you could probably just like take another half star off of that. Maybe put it a little bit lower. What is the rating for this? A 2.9. Who the fuck is giving this 5 stars? You guys want to take a quick second and see what people are saying in their reviews for their 5-star reviews? How many of them you think are going to say like, I'm not a fascist, but what? I find it hilarious that the greatest film ever directed by a woman was a literal Nazi propaganda film. Look at this guy. Look at this guy right here. He's just thinking to himself, you know what? I am going to try to destroy Catherine Bigelow's career entirely. Never mind the film of Kathy Reichart and Alice Guy Blanchet and the Argentinian one, Lucrecia Martel, and so many other great women directors. He thinks that he's gonna do a really fun thing and just make fun of every single film directed by a woman that is obviously better than this fascist piece of shit. I miss him so much, bros. Hey, does someone want to report this one for being racist, probably? For being a Nazi? Wait, does he actually have... Is this... I was going to say, is that Hitler? Bro, he put it number 1? Oh, this makes me feel bad about liking Eyes Wide Shut. Oh, wait, what was his name? What was his profile name? 88II. Yo, I think this guy is a white supremacist. What the fuck? Wait, okay, hold on. I need to confirm something before I actually say that conclusively. Yo! Oh, I'm right. Yeah, so you can see here. Oh, you guys can't actually see this. So in the in Letterboxd, in the URL, it'll show you like what a person's name is, like what their username is in the URL. And this guy's URL, his name in his URL is 88II. Now the 88 is Nazi code for Hail Hitler. So like this is a legit neo-Nazi. This is an actual fucking neo-Nazi. Fuck it. I'm gonna report him. Report this review. Contains abuse, contains plagiarism, contains spam, contains spoilers. Other reason. Dude's a Nazi. Bang. All right. I don't report people on this site often, but when I do, it's because they're Nazis. Any other things here? Yes. Oh my god. And he's got a fucking Northman thing. I hate the appropriation of Nordic shit by Nazis. What a bunch of pieces of shit. Problematic fave. If Riefenstahl had worked for the Soviets, the world would look very different today. Ugh. Terrible take. The main character is literally me. Oh, I just threw up in my mouth. Not a cell phone in sight. Just people living in the moment. Oh, I threw up in my mouth. Well, that's something unique. Yeah, you don't see that every day, right? When we're doing these Letterboxd roasts. I should probably get back to the person who actually paid for this roast and not the literal fucking Nazis. Why is this movie on Letterboxd? I mean, it's a movie that exists, you know, and there's a lot of good academic work that is done on this film. So, like, it should be here. But also, fuck it. Fuck it right into the ground. I hate it. It was got Salo getting a half star. That's nice. It is a movie, Ella. You are right. So what's on the top end? What's on the top end? Yeah, basic stuff. Basic stuff. Yo, goofy movie, 5 stars. Yes. What is his name? Powerline? Hell yeah. I saw someone tweet about this the other day, that the soundtrack of this is just super good, and I believe it. I believe it. So good. What else we got going on here? Where's the bad takes? Save Ralph. I don't know what this is. What is this? A 4-minute film directed by, what is it, Taika Waititi? No? Crew? Spencer Susser. Why did I see Taika Waititi? Oh, he's in it. Is he Ralph? No animal should suffer and die in the name of beauty. Oh, it's a film about animals being poorly treated in a testing facility. That probably doesn't touch on how animals are treated in food processing plants. Anyways, what else we got going on here? The Wrong Trousers, Wallace and Gromit, Frankenstein, Doctor Who, Voyage of the Damned. Really? All right, fun fact for all of you. We're going to add to a little bit of the TJ lore. A little bit of TJ lore. I once dressed up as the Doctor from this special as him for Halloween. I wore a full suit, I had a sonic screwdriver, and that was it. That was my costume. And it was great. Didn't meet anyone like Kylie Minogue, though, that night, unfortunately. I had no Kylie Minogues. Still no Kylie Minogues, actually, which is strange when you think about it. A tribute to Ryan Dunn. Oh, the Jackass guy. You mean CJ. No, I meant TJ. TJ lore. Yeah, this is all normal stuff. I'm not seeing any wild things. Boo. Boo. Show me the wild takes. I want the wild takes. There we go. Garfield the movie, 5 stars. Are you kidding me? This movie? Wait, what is it listed here? 2.4. Like, almost no one can bother rating it higher than a 2.5. And it's a 5-star? A 5-star film. This movie, this mostly animated movie, is on the same level as Akira? Akira and Silence of the Lambs and 12 Years a Slave and The Godfather. What is going on here? And actually, now that I'm being a bit more critical here, now that I've gotten back into my angry mode, what is some of the rest of this? Wallace and Gromit, A Close Shave? Pardon? David Attenborough, A Life on Our Planet? Excuse me? Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius? Huh? As good as Reservoir Dogs, Eternal Sunshine? Adaptation? What? The Thing? What? No. No. As good as Jurassic Park? No. You will like my 5 stars if this will make you laugh. Oh, I can't wait. Redonkulous. Also, hello to the people who are joining. Campman, I see you there. Member of the channel. What's up? Glad you're glad you're here with us. Yeah. Kaz. You're doing so well. And then I noticed the Garfield movie, and then it all just went to shit for you. All right, film recommendation time, because you were nice enough to donate. So let's see. I am not familiar with most of these. I mean, I'm not going to recommend Balto to you. I'm actually a cool person. Dope is fine. I wouldn't say it's one you need to go out of your way to go see, though. Yeah, nothing here that I want to recommend. I haven't seen El Topo because I suck. Oh, I see one maybe. Let's just take a look at these first. I mean, Furiosa's not even out yet. All right, I see two. Guys, guess what 2 films I'm going to recommend? Guess. I'm not going to recommend Across the Spider-Verse. Why would I do that? I assume that people have seen it already. Jimmy Neutron is innovative? How is Jimmy Neutron innovative? You mean the character is innovative because they make stuff? No. Ooh, I'm going to actually recommend 3 films from this list. 3 films from this page. Try to guess which ones. Where to donate, though? Only Patreon? No, like Super Chat. You donate through a Super Chat. That's how it works. Patreon's just kind of there. It kind of exists at this point. I'm not going to recommend Animal Farm. No. What do you mean that's silly? What's silly? Animal Farm? Captain Underpants? I'm not going to recommend Captain Underpants. Recommend him Freebirds. His account needs it. No. I am just going to actively discourage people from seeing that film. Ooh, Dory, you got one of them right. Y tu mama tambien. There's 1 out of the 3. What are the other 2? What are the other two? Human Condition? Nope, haven't seen it because I suck. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I'm probably just gonna put an end to this because I always have the need to just move forward, to push forward. But what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Who knows for sure? I mean, I do. All right, I'm done. I'm done waiting for you guys. The other two are High Noon and Rio Bravo. Two absolutely incredible American Western films from the 1950s. I think they're both from the 50s, right? High Noon? Yeah, High Noon's 52. High Noon, if you haven't seen it, takes place almost in real time. You've got Gary Cooper playing like this old sheriff so-and-so, and he basically knows that he's going to be getting into like a gunfight that he can't win. And so he spends about an hour and a half, or about, I guess, close to 90 minutes, trying to get like the rest of the people in town who he's helped for years, like help him and stand by him. And it's super fucking depressing as you're slowly watching this guy realize that no one has got his back. Also, Grace Kelly is in it, and she is lovely. And then you have Rio Bravo, which is kind of like the last Western film, in my mind, of this cycle. Like 1959 going into 1960, this is when things really started to change in cinema. Both of you talking about like the French New Wave movements. Also, the new American cinema started to crop up in the early 1960s. So to me, this is like the last Western of this cycle. And I think that Howard Hawks was somewhat aware of that when he cast John Wayne in the lead role. Also, Dean Martin is incredible in this. Angie Dickinson, I think, who you see right here, is also quite good. And yeah, great Western. Colorful. What is it? Technicolor. I think it's the full Technicolor look to it. Y tu Mama Tambien is good. Recommend him that. Yeah, I did. I did do that. Thanks for watching. So yeah, there you go. Watch Y tu Mama Tambien, High Noon, and Rio Bravo. That's what I demand of you. That's what we're going with. And if you don't, I'm gonna find out. And I'm gonna talk to Santa Claus, and you're gonna get coal. Shitty coal. Coal covered in shit. And you don't want that. No one wants that. And thank you once again, Kaz, for your donation. Although, was it you who donated, or did you? I can't remember. But anyways, thank you very much. So up next, we got Nick. Then we got Leo. Leo, did you tell me your Letterboxd name? Because I'm not going to be able to just find Leo. There's a lot of Leos. A lot of Leos in the fake astrology way. And a lot of Leos in the name way. So if you could just go ahead and let me know what your Letterboxd name is, that would be great. My third world country set in account, possibly restricting me from donating through Super Chat. Nothing except regular send button. Shame. That's too bad. Yeah, I guess things like that maybe are restricted based on where you are. People said they were having an issue with that earlier. Someone suggested trying to send a donation without actually typing anything. You know, I say Super Chat, but like, you know, one of the super stickers or whatever. Like, it's just the money. Give me the money, Lebowski. Yeah, that's basically it. Interesting. I'm just looking at Nick's profile right now. Nothing, bro. I'm trying. It's all good. I appreciate the effort. Really, and this is the thing that I always try to touch on. If, like, you can't, you're unable to donate, the best way to support the channel is to just show up for these live streams, like the live streams, comment on everything that I put out into the world, like everything that I put out into the world. The thing that YouTube cares the most about in terms of growth is, are you actually watching the videos, all of the videos, for like the full length of time? Oh dear, someone's scaling outside of my window. I guess they're doing window washing today. And interacting, commenting, that kind of stuff. So there you go. Oh, Nick, I didn't realize this. Maybe this is true, though, what you're just saying. Oh, Lord, this is intimidating. I guess, yeah, you're on the hot seat, right? You don't know what's about to happen. You're just waiting for it to happen. It's kind of like when you've been studying for an exam and, like, you've finished studying and now you're sitting in the chair and you're waiting to be told to turn the paper over and you're like, God damn it, I just want to write this thing. I'm so terrified right now. Is that what it's like for all of you? You guys just, like, are waiting and waiting and waiting. You're on the edge of your seat because you know that as soon as your name comes up, it's go time. I commented twice. Will I eventually get roasted again? Nah. I think if you get roasted once, the only way you can get roasted again is once again through super chat, because it's a long list and I don't want to just like roast people a bunch of times if it's just like in the normal, just going through the normal list like that. I think that's kind of unfair. I'm just here for the free birds content. Free bird. You're probably that guy who like yells free bird at every concert, are you? Aren't you? Yeah, I bet you are. Nick, it is that bad? Oh man, maybe I should just keep this tension up. Maybe I am suspense master Alfred Hitchcock reincarnated. Actually, you know what? I think he died right around the time when I was born. Hold on. Has anyone else ever done this? Like, I'm not a believer in really any religion. But I find the idea of reincarnation kind of fascinating if you start to research like which people died on the day you were born. Because if you go by that fact, that idea that like when someone dies you immediately get reincarnated into some other body, then like who could you be? Who could you be in your previous life? Hitchcock died in... Oh wait, no, he was active until 1980. When did he die though? He died in 1980. Okay. LOL, Jimmy Stewart died the exact day I was born. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Do you do a good Jimmy Stewart impersonation? Please say yes. Please say yes. Is there a website that you can go to find that out? Like, people who died the day I was born. I'm curious. Which famous person died the day you were born? Oh my god. Oh, it's a fucking BuzzFeed article? Oh wait, when were you... Oh, hold on. Let's do this together. Maybe you guys will find out something about me. Hopefully not. October... Wait, no. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this in front of everyone. Oh! Edgar Allan Poe died on the day I was born. But like the day, not the year. That's not what I'm looking for. Who died and who was born today? Yes. Yes. People who died... Okay, choose a date to see famous people born on that day. What about people who died, though? That's what I want. This doesn't help me. What is this site? Why is this terrible? Ah! No! I have the same birthday as a person I hate. Well, I guess that makes sense. That doesn't answer my overall question, though. 12 people who died on their birthdays? No. List of famous people who died on their birthdays? No! Who died today in history? Okay, now can I change the day? Come on. Come on. Ugh, god damn it. Why are some things on the internet so hard to find? Like, this should be easy. Okay, I think I might have got a good one. You can't let me... Oh my god. They can't even let me change the month. What is going on here? What is this? Search by date, find a grave. What? Ooh, okay, there we go. This is a good one. Death date. Come on, baby. Okay. Okay, wait. These are just normal people. These are not famous people. God damn it. God damn it. Why did I even bother? Why am I bothering with this? Here you go, bro. Can't send links. It's okay. Don't worry about it. You want to comment down below. I'll find it. I'll get there eventually. Here's famous with exact day. I'm getting a baseball player? Nice. I was born on the exact same day as a fairly prominent baseball player. All right. So now that that's over and done with. By the way, did Leo give me their Letterboxd name? Because I don't see them in the chat anymore. Did they leave? I guess maybe we're just gonna have to treat that one as a donation. I don't like sports, but why? Sports are so good. It's some of the best storytelling you're ever gonna see. Actually, yeah, it's one of those things where I get it. I understand why they're doing it. There's no way his name is @Leo. There's no way. But yeah, like one of the fascinating things I find about sports is their ability to like narrativize anything from like day to day to day. And yeah, I think that's kind of good. I think it's kind of a good thing. Yeah, there's way too many people named Leo. Like, look at this. Leo is napping. Look at these Leos. I'm just gonna pick one of these Leos and go for it. Heck no. Heck no. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do at least. Oh, there's the guy. What's up, dude? Is it a good thing to wave at someone who's rappelling down the side of a building cleaning windows? I feel like maybe I could distract them and maybe that would end poorly for them. Hold on, what? If you go up a little bit about my sharing of your channel, I would appreciate it because you touched on this subject while we was talking about my donation attempts. What? That's why I was questioning. Appreciate your work. Already did. Join Discord. Invited my friends to your channel in Discord too. Hell yeah. That's great. Thank you so much for joining up. It's a good little community we got over there just talking about movies. And it's, you know, it's a respectful one as well. That's the only thing I really demand out of the community is that everyone treats each other with respect. I know that's weird because we all find each other because I'm making fun of you on the internet because you asked. But yeah, it's a good little community. I have no idea what I could be. What? Well, okay. And you know what? I think we've kept Nick waiting long enough. So now it's time for the roast of Mr. Biscotto. Basically, a peppermint who's learning about dark magic, but very basic dark magic. Not the really awful, terrible, evil stuff. Just like the little small things that might make a couple of your hairs turn gray. Or maybe, I don't know, involves a little bit of a sacrifice, but not like a real sacrifice. Nothing in this book is letting you know that you need to like hurt a cat, which is great because I have a cat around here and he would not like to hear that. He's a very precious boy. So no, we're not going to be doing that. And Mr. Biscotto here, they're from Cullman, Alabama, which is unfortunate because since that is a town in Alabama I don't know, I can only assume that it is a very racist place to live. And beyond that, we have a bit of a quote here from Biscotto as well. Swell party, where's the whiskey? Well, I don't have any whiskey for you, but I do have a beer. A wonderful hibiscus pale ale from Long Slice Brewery. Delicious. Oh, and by the way, that quote is from Running Buffalo in the movie McClintock. Definitely one of those... Excuse me, God, I just forgot his name. John Wayne. Yes. Definitely one of those John Wayne films that is not racist. Definitely one of those ones. You know, the not racist ones. And what do we got going on in the favorite films here for Mr. Biscotto? We got Groundhog Day, Back to the Future, Rambo First Blood, and Pride and Prejudice. This is a bit of a trip. I'm not going to lie. First, we get the comedy about always waking up on the same day, which if you're a YouTube creator, is the hell that we always live in. Back to the Future, a film that we've touched on before. Your older brother definitely recommended that film to you. Rambo First Blood, the same. And then I guess Pride and Prejudice, because I just love playing on these gender stereotypes. Your sister told you about that one. Don't know if you actually like these as far as American films from this broad time period are concerned. What does it say about you? I don't know. Probably about the same amount that only having 95 films listed says about you. And I think that maybe this was discussed in the chat. I think that maybe you have just started your account and you're not going back and giving us the full view of the things that you have watched. And that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to be like everyone else on this website and tell us every single film that you have watched. But at the same time, it's kind of the whole fucking point, Nick. It's kind of the whole point of the site. So could you just maybe put in a little bit of effort? I'm sitting here as someone who has put all of the films that I've ever seen in this, over 3,700 films. You think I started at 3,700 or at 0 when I started this? Do you think that Letterboxd existed back when I saw my very first movie back in like the late 1980s? No, Nick, because I put in the work. I put in the work. Something your generation just doesn't understand. That's right. I'm an old enough millennial where I can start talking shit about how y'all Gen Zers, I'm assuming, don't have any work ethic, which is not true. I'm so sorry. I know Gen Z is going to save all of us. It would really help me if you saved us, like, soon. Could you please save us soon? I would really, really like to not have a lot of anxiety about the future. Gen Z, come on. Save us. Anyways, enough of that nonsense. Who even cares about the future? Let's dive in to the now, or rather, the recent activity. Dawn of the Dead, 4.5 stars. Okay. Earth Girls are easy, half star. Are you rating it a half star because in your experience, Earth Girls are not easy, and you are mad about this film starring Jeff Goldblum? It's Jeff Goldblum, right? Right? Yeah, it's Jeff Goldblum, and Jim Carrey, and Damon Wayans, and Gina Davis. Have I seen this movie? I feel like I have, but I don't have it marked. Well, maybe one day I'll watch it. And then I, too, will understand just how easy Earth Girls actually are. And then you have Temple of Doom at 3.5 stars, and someone in the chat doesn't like that. Someone doesn't like that. But you know what? I'm going to say bully to that person, because Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, it's not great. It is, of the 4 Indiana Jones films I have seen, the 3rd best film. So what were you saying about Dawn of the Dead, the zombie classic? God! I don't think God has anything to do with Dawn of the Dead. It's radiation from a satellite, but I digress. I love Romero zombie flicks. Like, the whole reason I love the zombie films is because of how he shows the apocalypse affect humankind as a whole. Did I read that properly? Or did you just type it poorly? Like, the whole reason I love his zombie films is because of how he shows the apocalypse affect humankind as a whole. Nope, that's a bad sentence. F minus. I think that's why some people may not get into them, but man, I love them. So you think the reason that some people are not into zombie films is because they show how humanity is, like, not good, as opposed to the fact that these films are, like, extraordinarily graphic and bloody, and maybe people aren't into graphic and bloody things? That could be the reason. Just saying. Especially the opening scene, a few scenes of this movie where all hell is breaking loose in TV station, chef's kiss, it's fantastic. Like, no one cares about that scene. In the entirety of the Dawn of the Dead movie, they spend like 98% of this film in a mall. The other 1% is like in that TV station, and then at the end on the boat. No one remembers the TV station for Dawn of the Dead. Also, Jack's here. What's up, Jack? Another channel member. Pretty cool. Pretty cool being a channel member. And look at this. Another review from Mary and Max. Did this just get, like, popular or something? Jeez. Oh, wait a minute. You gave a review to the original Transformers movie? All right. Before I read this, I'm just going to let you all know that I hate this movie. I hate it with a burning, fiery passion. I hate the second movie more, but I hate this movie a lot because I was a Transformers fan. I was a Transformers kid, and I love the Transformers animated film. So the fact that you gave this a 3.5 star really revs my engine, but in the wrong way. Kind of like if I were a diesel truck and someone put gasoline in me instead, and then we're like, yeehaw, let's go drag racing. Yeah, you just burn my engine to death, probably. I don't know a lot about cars. So what did you have to say about Transformers? Well, I am not going to lie. Always assume that someone who says that is lying to you. If anyone ever says, I'm going to be honest, I'm just being honest, I'm an honest person, I wouldn't lie to you, they're lying to you. That's the way it is. Wow, I'm not going to lie. I always forgot how awesome this movie is. Oh my God, you're a literal child. Like that yellow 2008 Chevrolet Camaro was my dream car my whole childhood, and Megan Fox was my dream girlfriend too. At least you have the good graciousness to put like the embarrassed sort of like teardrop emoji right there. Oh my God. Although to be fair, as someone who was in my 3rd year of university when this movie came out, I have a feeling that if I started university in 2007, the amount of Megan Fox bending over a car posters that would be in just every single bedroom, boy and girl alike, in the university dorms would be insane. Like 100% coverage for sure. I'm sure there'd probably be people putting that shit up as their wallpaper, you know? So I don't totally, I get where you're coming from. But the comedy isn't bad. The action is really good and special effects still hold up really well. Sad state of affairs for the current CGI, right? I forgot how much action was in it, honestly. Like, there is a lot. Yeah, it's an action movie. What do you expect? Oh my God, there was lots of horror in the horror movie, and that's a good thing. Like, I'm always entertained whenever I watch it. But I really do miss when Shia LaBeouf was a big in Hollywood. Not me. The guy's an abuser. I'm glad that he's fucking out of it. Like, my nostalgia goggles were really strong, loving it back, but I honestly love it still. It really, really holds up super well. I always forget how well it does hold up. Wow. Wow. I disagree. I always thought it was a giant dumpster fire, and I still think it's a giant dumpster fire. I don't even think I've ever revisited it, though. I think I saw it once in theaters, and I was just like, nope, that's bad. That's a bad movie. I don't need to know anything else about this movie. Ooh, my Criterion ranked. Ooh, so these are all of the Criterion films that you have seen. A small amount, but I'm sure you're just getting into it. How many of these films have I actually seen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I saw The Game, but I'm never sure. 8, 9. Okay, I've seen most of these. TJ really said cussy? Occasionally. Trying to get the Hassan Piker fans in here. So anyways, this ranking and why it's wrong. 12 Angry Men and a Kuru should probably be 1, 2, with Signs of the Lambs being number 3, something like a hot number 4, and then Strangelove, I guess, could be 5 if it really wanted to be, followed by Charade at 6. I haven't seen Sword of Doom, so I don't know where to rate it. And aside from that, this is probably mostly correct. This ranking is not only on the quality of the movie, since it would be just boring to me, and most of the films on my top list would be all at the top. Wait, what? Sometimes I don't know if the sentences are bad or I'm just skipping words. This ranking is not only on the quality of the movie, since it would just be boring to me, and most of the films on my top favorite list would just all be at the top. But they can't all be at the top. That's the point of the rank. The quality of the movie is taken in perspective, but also the actual Criterion packaging, the special features, and the overall surprise or enjoyment of it. Okay, I don't have dyslexia. Do I have dyslexia? I don't think I do. I probably would have been diagnosed with that a long time ago if I did. You would love The Game? Yeah, I probably would love The Game. Also, Nerdy Film Girl, I have seen you, like, not at all in the chat here. We've been going for almost 2.5 hours. What's going on? Unless you, like, were here at the start and then just came back, in which case, fine. And that goes to all of you. Why aren't you in the chat having conversations? You don't even have to be talking about what I'm talking about. Just be chill, you know? So what else is going on here? Nicolas Cage film scene. Not ranked, just seen. What do we got here? Face Off, The Trust, Renfield, Shirley MacLaine, Hollywood Collection. Interesting. Orange Juice or Apple Juice. Both of them suck and are bad. So, yeah. That's what I gotta say about that. Funny thing about juice. It's just added sugar bullshit. If we're talking about, like, fresh squeezed, orange juice with the pulp, for sure. But, like, that shit you're buying in a carton at the grocery store, it's garbage. It's garbage for you. It'll destroy your teeth. It'll fill you up with as much sugar as, like, a Coca-Cola will, and you shouldn't be drinking it. It's bad. It's just bad. You can get vitamin C in way better ways. Like eating a couple of fucking sprigs of broccoli. Like, live your life better, guys. Come on. Also, Kill Chain is probably bad. And I haven't seen Vampire Kiss because I suck. Oh, you had to pre-record a video with fellow YouTubers. Must be nice to have a community of YouTubers that you can make videos with. One day I'll have that. My top 100 movie 2023 edition. That's always boring. These lists are boring, dude. All right, what is your Criterion wish list? Chat. We need to recommend a Criterion film to poor Nick here, because Nick clearly needs some help. We need to help Nick. So which Criterion films? Oh, Antichrist. Antichrist. Everyone needs to see Antichrist. It's such a wholesome movie that you can watch with your mother. We learned that earlier today. No, don't do that. I think out of all of these, you know what? For a blind one for me would be Ratcatcher, the Lynn Ramsey film. That would be cool. But I haven't seen it, so I can't speak for it. I think that if you have never seen a silent film before, or have seen very, very, very few, The Passion of Joan of Arc that you have listed here would be a great addition. Also, Seven Samurai is like maybe the best action film ever made. and is certainly an archetype for action films. This coming out in what, 1954, I think. Yeah, you should probably get that one. That's also like I think the second film ever to enter the Criterion Collection. So you could have a nice little spine that says 2 on it, just the number 2. That'd be pretty cool. Persona, very good first date film. yeah. I mean, okay. Now let's pick out all of the definitely good first date films on this list. Of course, being House. I'm going to include Hatem because it's basically just like a PowerPoint presentation on witches. Persona, for sure, very good first date movie. Eraserhead, excellent first date movie. Antichrist, the all-time best first date movie, no doubt. And also, Nick, Criterion just announced today that Moonage Daydream is coming to the Criterion Collection in September. So you were on top of that. Yeah, you updated this 4 hours ago. You are on top of that. Good for you. But My House might actually be a good first date movie. Oh, sorry. Okay, But House might actually be a good first date movie. I mean, I guess. True Romance is a fantastic date movie. All right, there you go. It's not in the Criterion Collection, but, you know. Thelma and Louise is an actual good first date movie. Oh, you mean in the way how they're kind of like, let's drive off this cliff together, and then like after that happens, you could look at the person you're watching the movie with and say, hey, life is like a cliff, and I want to jump off that cliff with you. And then you just start fucking making out, dude. Is that what we're talking about? I'm going to try that, actually. Adding that one to the repertoire. Just girls being besties? Fair enough. Let's drive off this cliff together. I am occasionally very clever. All right. Let's get away from this. Let's take a look at Biscotto's film. So wait, sorry, you only have 75 films, so we're not gonna be able to see a lot of films here. So this is really just like the films that you've seen recently, right? What the fuck, dude? Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, 2.5 stars. This expressionist masterpiece by Robert Wiene, one of the best German films of all time. The thing that kind of maybe predicted a little bit of fascism, or am I thinking of another German film from the 20s? I might be thinking of another German one. Maybe Metropolis? Anyways, what the hell? Look at this image. Look at that set design. There are films today with multi-$100 million budgets that cannot come close to the artistic mastery that is on display here. And this is just a fucking hallway. What are you talking about, man? No, I am ripping up your cinephile card right here on the spot. Absolutely not. And then you give Haxan 4 stars. Like, once again, I'm glad that you watched Haxan, but like, it's a PowerPoint presentation. Cabinet of Dr. Caligari is legitimately good. And I mean, so is Haxan, but it's different. It's more good because it has like really cool depictions of Satan in it. Gah. And then also, like, we're into 4-star films. 5 films into this. Wait. Tokyo Story 3.5? What? Do you see this 4.3 here? Do you see this number 49 in the Letterboxd top 250 of all time, Nick? What the hell? What is going on? Wait, why is Wages of Fear... Oh, wait. I have it sorted by release date. My bad. Maybe there are worse movies here. All right. Oh, yeah. Because you gave Earth Girls Are Easy a 0.5 star. Also, The Omen 3 Final Conflict is a 1 star. You don't see that very often on Letterboxd. You know, people watching the third Omen film. You did give F9 a 3 star, though. I gave it a 3.5 because I think it's hilarious. It's not a good film, but I think it's hilarious. Therefore, 3.5. Escape from LA 3 stars? This is so weird. Why are you even watching Escape from LA? Have you seen Escape from New York? Oh, there it is, 4 stars, naturally. So you think Escape from New York is only 1 star better than Escape from LA? A movie where Kurt Russell literally, like, surfs on a bus, I think, and plays basketball in order to get out of a bad situation, and, like, sinks a deep 3 in order, and that's like the mic drop moment of the film, when Snake Plissken, noted badass, sinks a deep 3. That's just 1 star less than Escape from New York? I don't know. Mario better than Caligari? Yeah, what was your Mario review? Like, I don't understand how people can hate this movie. How does anyone give Caligari 2.5? I just don't want to know about this. Escape from LA is very underrated. In what way? What part of Escape from LA is underrated? Like, they kind of just do the first film again, but in LA. I guess the title is telling us that, of course, it's going to be like that. But, like, I guess the soundtrack's kind of good if you're into, like, 90s rock/metal music. I don't know, man. Hey, Yumi just came in with another super chat. Is this going to be another roast of you, Yumi, or one of your friends who's going to be joining us via conference call? Conference call. That's what I wanted to say. Also, thank you very much for the super chat. I love when that sound effect comes in. And then I guess for the for the top stuff, we don't even really need to do much. Hold on, wait, no, I'm not done. 3.5 stars for Police Story. Jackie Chan literally almost died like 4 times in that movie, and you can't even give him 1 star per almost death? Come on. The final stunt where he slides down the chandelier light fixtures in the mall, that by itself is 2 stars. Come on. Also, Police Story 2 is a better film, but I'm going to say that's a 4-star. That's a 4-star film right there. Early Jackie Chan, man. You don't get much better than that. I couldn't add the message to the donation. Please roast Yarvik Cinema. Who's that? Is that part of your, like, vegan cabal? So what do we got here at the top at 5 stars? So wait, you only have 3 5-star films. Now that I do like. And of those 3 films, it's Rio Bravo, From Dusk Till Dawn, and The Empire Strikes Back. Fascinating. Like, I think this is kind of wrong. I would put Star Wars ahead of Empire Strikes Back, but you guys all know that. But it's an interesting 3 because, like, you know, it's not very often you hear From Dusk Till Dawn held up as one of the best films of all time by anyone. Like, I really enjoy that film. It's fun, but it ain't no Godfather Part 2, you know? And I know I'm basic for saying that. I don't care. It's my live stream. If you don't like it, you can get out. Get out of here. I still can't believe Escape from LA at 3 stars. Wowee. And look at that. A very normal take right there in the middle. Super Mario Bros. And Tokyo Story. Exactly as good as one another. Very normal. Very normal. Also, Tokyo Story being exactly the same as The Naked Gun. Very normal takes to have, just right there shown to us on Letterboxd. Super normal. The most normal. I can't imagine a take more normal than Ozu's Tokyo Story and The Naked Gun, a spoof of Lethal Weapon, being on the exact same level. Makes total sense to me. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Nick, since you did come in with the super chat, I am now going to recommend a film to you, and you have to watch it. Those are the rules. And out of these ones, I could... You know what? This is weird, because I don't think you need any push to watch classics, because at least you did watch Tokyo Story, even if you vastly underrated how good it is. So, do I even need to tell you to go watch, like, Psycho? I don't know if I do. But then, do I recommend Psycho over, or do I recommend a film like Sinister over Psycho? I don't know if I do that either. You know what? I am going to say that you should watch Suspiria. The new Suspiria that you have right here. I can recognize the poster. This is Luca Guadagnino's Suspiria. Go watch that one. I think it's pretty good. I think it's a pretty great film. And just keep watching the classics, you know? Keep having a good, fun time. Always watch the classics. Nothing but the classics. Wait, what else do you have in here? Oh, Onibaba, excuse me. A lot of Japanese films in here, too. And, like, just so everyone's, like, clear on this, it's good. It's a good thing to use the Criterion Collection, I think, to broaden your horizons when it comes to film. Because, like, most of these films are in the Criterion Collection, like Police Story 2, Onibaba, Rashomon, these 3 samurai movies, Bottle Rocket, Good Morning is in there, Robinson Crusoe on Mars, The Lure. I believe there's actually a set now for Bruce Lee following, like, actually, literally, I think all of these are in the Criterion Collection. Yeah, I think they all are. It's good to use the Criterion Collection as, like, you know, figuring out your your first steps or your next steps when just watching world cinema and some of like the best films ever made, quote unquote. But don't lean on it too hard, because the Criterion Collection does have a lot of blind spots, especially geographically. They do not give a single shit about South and Central American film, which I think is a huge problem. And they do tend to conform, especially if you take like the widest view of the collection. They do tend to conform, or at least reiterate the sort of canon of films that was developed by mostly white men, whether they be critics in America, France, or Britain. They are mostly just reiterating that canon, and it can get difficult to find things outside of it, like queer cinema, for example. You're not going to find much of in the Criterion Collection. It is there, but there's just not a lot of it. Once again, films from South and Central America, films from Africa, you're not going to find a lot of in there. You're mostly going to be getting Japanese films, American films, and French films from the major points in time when those three national cinemas were really going hard. So for France and Japan and America, obviously the 1960s are very highly represented. The 50s and the 60s are very highly represented in the Criterion Collection. And so just be wary of this and try to see some stuff that's like outside of the collection, which is a challenge I'm going to be taking on in the new year, but I'm not ready to talk about that challenge yet. You're just going to have to keep watching. You're just going to have to keep watching. But yeah, there you go, Nick. There's your fun little roast. I hope that was good. I hope you enjoyed that. We do have a new one coming in. Thank you to Ayumi. You want me to roast... Who is this? Did you tell me who it is? I couldn't add a message. Yeah, maybe that's the problem people are having with Super Chats. I don't know. Oh, you thought it was great. Good. Not that I care one way or another. Like, it's fine, no matter what. Like, I guess I'm glad that you had a good time. Oh, yo. Yes. Yes, this profile is sick. I only looked at one thing. All right. All right. This is going to be good. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're going to have fun with this. God, I love it when they just give me information. It's the information that I need in order to roast someone. Fought my way to make a donation with my third World Bank account. Could you check your Discord's off-topic thread for a second, please? Yeah, I can try. Funeral Parade of Roses should be in the Criterion Collection. We watched it last night. I believe it's on the Criterion channel right now as part of their Pride Month selection. Let's see what's going on here. Is there any chance for roasting my basic profile? Oh, so you pledged to Patreon? Is that what you're saying, Roman? Because I should be able to see that. I don't have this up, do I? I should have a... Actually, no, I can just go to Patreon. I guess in this case, like, I'll do it... I'll do that as a one-time thing. I guess Patreon is fine. Sign in with Google. Can't figure out Super Chat. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, just so everyone knows, like, there really are no things associated with the Patreon anymore. It's just kind of there as a placeholder until I can figure out what to do. But yeah, I don't see... Hold on a second. So, oh, they are pending. All right. Well, we're gonna roast Javier first, and then we'll just take a look at that. If not, I'll take your word for it. I think you've been around long enough. I recognize your thing, anyways, your Discord chat name. Thanks, that was great. It is. I tried looking it on the Criterion channel, but couldn't find it. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've just seen it so much popping up that, maybe I just saw it popping up in so many different top fours that I thought it was in the Criterion channel. Obviously, if someone likes a film, then they must be watching it on the Criterion channel. That's just the way it goes. So I will be right back. Obviously, we've got some more profiles to roast, but I'm going to take a quick break. That's what drinking beer does to you. You need to take a break. So why don't we all take a bit of a break, and I will be right back.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
Dan.
Richard, do you mind to step aside and let's talk? I'll be back in just a second.
I'll be right back. Don't get dressed.
I gotta leave this room. I'll be right back. No! Don't you leave me here, you...
I'm coming right back. I give you my word.
Be right back with a search warrant.
There, I will be right back.
I gotta see this.
Was it something I said?
How about the words, I'll be right back?
I'll be right back. Leave her running.
What?
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. You understand?
Hey, buddy, you pay for the drinks. I gotta go to John. I'll be right back. Gonna introduce Mr. Thick Dick to Mr. Urinal Cake.
Never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, say, I'll be right back. Because you won't be back.
I'm getting another beer. You want one?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
Dan.
Richard, do you mind to step aside and let's talk? I'll be back in just a second.
I'll be right back. Don't get dressed.
I gotta leave this room. I'll be right back. No! Don't you leave me here, you...
I'm coming right back. I give you my word.
Be right back with a search warrant.
There, I will be right back.
I gotta see this.
Was it something I said?
How about the words, I'll be right back?
I'll be right back. Leave her running.
What?
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. You understand?
Hey, buddy, you pay for the drinks. I gotta go to John. I'll be right back. Gonna introduce Mr. Thick Dick to Mr. Urinal Cake.
And we're back from that very short break with a brand new beer to drink. Hooray! Happy Friday, everyone. Cheers to you. And thank you again for making this a successful live stream and letting me know that it's not just Tuesday nights that y'all will show up. Y'all will show up at different times too, which makes me think that maybe I can even do 2, or maybe make this a more regular Friday live stream, or maybe even do 3 live streams a week, maybe 4. Is this what I become now? Maybe I don't make standalone content anymore. Maybe I just live stream. That's a thing. That's a thing I could probably do. So I will say that I'm probably only going to be on for another hour or so. So even though I love that you guys are putting shit into Super Chat, that you are helping support this channel, but no more Super Chats for today because I probably won't be able to get to them. And I want to be able to service everyone properly. Yes, you can take the word service in a sexual way if you want. I'm not going to try to tell you how to live your lives. Great Outdoors was a silly film. Yeah, but it rules. It's got John Candy in it. Come on now. He's Canadian. Did you know that? Saturday early morning for me. Oh, really? Nice. Well, happy Saturday. This is way better than morning cartoons. Do you think it's wild that Godfather Part 2 went up against the conversation for Best Picture? Studios don't do that anymore. Blew my mind. I mean, the overall quality, I think, of films these days, at least the films that are getting nominated for Oscars, I think certainly, yeah, that has dropped over the years. And I think if you were to go back through some of the different years that the Oscars had, there are some absolute ridiculous battles that went on that we just really don't see anymore. Like the last true heavyweight fight that I can remember for Best Picture at the Oscars was probably, I think maybe 2008, when we had No Country for Old Men and There Will Be Blood going against each other. Like, I think that's really the last big one that I could remember. Like, you know, two films that I think we all sort of knew were destined to become all-timers, or were already all-timers at that time. I just don't think we've had that in a while. So yeah, it is pretty wild. It is pretty wild. And I wish we had it happen more often. It'd be great if Hollywood would start making better movies, honestly. Although it seems like the Academy is becoming more favorable towards non-American films in terms of Best Picture potential. So maybe that will not be as much the case in the future. Or excuse me, more the case in the future? I just want them to make better movies. The road to cinephile nirvana is not complaining that Marvel films are not getting nominated for enough Oscars. That's not how we get to a better film future. Trust me. there's so many cussy puns going on. There's literally been one. Two now that you've mentioned it twice. All right. Speaking of mentioning it twice, it's the roast of Javier X Cinema. And when I say twice, I actually meant 3 or 4 times, because we've got a Yumi in here who is absolutely addicted to getting me to say shit about her friends. So let's give Javier the old Cinemateq treatment by absolutely eviscerating their Letterboxd account. So what's the first thing we know about Javier? For one, his username, Javier X Cinema. Javier is fighting. Oh wait, no, sorry. The X in popular culture also usually means collaboration, right? So Javier, you are collaborating with cinema in a way that is so one way that it really frustrates me. Are you directing films? Are you working in films? Are you adding anything to film culture aside from just the stupid opinions that I'm sure we're going to read as we get down into your reviews? Are you giving us anything like that? I doubt it. So it's not really a collaboration, is it? It's more of a parasocial relationship. I think probably a better username would be Javier Simps Cinema, wouldn't it? And you want to know how I know that? Because in your profile picture, look at that, Grace Kelly. Rear window, of course. Of course you're simping for Grace Kelly. Who fucking wouldn't? It's fine. Don't worry, we've all been there. So what's going on with Javier? And look at this. This is what I love. You guys may have heard this. I said I love profiles like this because I get information. They give me something to work with other than just looking at your favorite films and being like, oh, The Sixth Sense. Wow. Like I can move beyond it. I can go deeper than that. So, and I mean, I probably have some things to say about Houseboat. But we're going to get back to that in a second, because Javier here wants you to know that they were born in 1995, which means they are approximately 10 years younger than I am. And first of all, go fuck yourself on that point alone. How dare you be younger than me? And apparently, Javier here is a horror fan. A horror fan. Ooh, wow. It's so great that a horror fan like Javier is putting such horror classics as Titanic and Houseboat in their top 4. Did you know that those were horror films? Apparently they are, because a true blue horror fan has put them in their top 4. Great. And I guess these are the countries that you are from. MA, ES, and AU. So what? ES is Spain. AU is Australia. And MA is Macedonia? Macedonia? I don't know. So who are your favorite actors? Bruce Willis. I guess that explains why The Sixth Sense is here. Who's your favorite actress? Grace Kelly? No. Duh. Favorite directors? Alfred Hitchcock. Well, you got one of his films in the top 4, so there you go. M. Night Shyamalan. That's a really weird thing to put there, considering he's only made like 2.5 good movies. Steven Spielberg, who is not represented in your top 4 at all. Wes Craven, who is not represented in your top 4 at all. Jordan Peele, not represented in your top 4 at all. Jennifer Kent is maybe the director of Houseboat, although I don't know. I've never actually heard of this movie before. Melville Shavelson. What a great last name. So, yeah, I guess not. Jennifer Kent, I guess not. And James Cameron, oh, there he is with Titanic. Okay, so a lot of favorite directors who are not getting love from you. So why is Houseboat here? What the fuck is this? My ultimate comfort movie. It's for a reason in my top 4. Every time I watch this, I'm just so happy. What is this movie about? Let's see what we can determine from Javier's happiness, just based off of what this film is all about. It all happens happily on a heaven of a houseboat. Is this movie just an ad for houseboats? Did like the houseboat community, the houseboat business operators of the world get together and say to themselves, you know what we really need? We desperately need Cary Grant and Sophia Loren to have a family on a houseboat so we can start getting people into these shitty houseboat rentals that we have. We are screwed if we do not get specifically Cary Grant and Sophia Loren in this movie to show everyone how really attractive people can have families and also live on these houseboats that we are desperate to get people to rent. Maybe that's what's going on. An Italian socialite, probably Cary Grant, on the run, signs on as a housekeeper for a widower with 3 children. What does that have to do with a houseboat? Was the widower like, oh my God, I hate living in a place that is a good place to raise children, you know, a place with stability. Already, my wife is dead, so I guess the next thing that I should do is move all of my children onto a goddamn boat to make their lives even less stable. And then guess what? I'm going to fall in love with an Italian socialite who's also a criminal. Probably. Wait. What is she on the run from? Maybe she's not a criminal. But still, I have a feeling that there are going to be a lot of therapy bills for these 3 examples of people who could probably be named Cletus. So let's move back here for a second. Let's see what's going on. Yes, Paul, you have missed 3 hours of the live stream. It started at 1 o'clock, and you knew that. So I'm just not going to bother saying anything bad about Rear Window or Sixth Sense or Titanic. You know, except that maybe Javier, maybe you're basic, Javier. Maybe you're basic. So what else we got going on here? You gave Titan 5 stars. Good to know we got a good thing. Glad to know we got a freak on our hands. Although, what the fuck do I see to the right? 2 films by Julia Ducournau, Titan and Raw. One is a 5-star and the other is a half-star. They are not that dissimilar films. Hold on, what is the review? Titan equals greater than this piece of garbage movie. I swear to God, if your Titan review is greater than Raw, I'm gonna piss myself. I'm shocked that this was made by the same person who made Raw because I fucking hated Raw. This, on the other hand, is a masterpiece. Oh, this is where I actually have to come to the point that I was making before. Are you part of Ayumi's vegan cabal? Because literally every single person that Ayumi has asked me to roast on here is vegan. They've said so publicly in their bio. And honestly, that's cool. I'm one as well. But I can actually understand if you didn't like Raw because you're vegan. That makes sense to me. From a cinematic standpoint, you're fucking wrong. And you should feel bad about that. Ooh, Avatar 2 half-star. Literally one of the most boring movies I've ever seen. Kind of weird that they decided to just make the first movie again, right? And also you gave Short Circuit a 5-star. What? This is the most underrated movie I've ever seen. This is WALL-E before WALL-E was a thing. Sure. It's exactly the same as WALL-E. Yeah. Oh, and apparently Scream 5 is a 5-star. Whoo, that's going to be interesting, I'm sure, when we get to the later parts of this roast. But now, gotta go to the lists. Theater watches 2023 ranked. Good lord, boring, but it's the only thing I got to work with. Let's see what we got. And in theaters, what? I think Ayumi is fucking with us. I think she's fucking with us. Because every single person that she has asked me to roast has had goddamn James Bond films in their theater watches for 2023. And these people are from all over the world, from New Zealand, from Canada, now from Australia. And you're going to sit there and tell me that all of you, to a person, has seen Goldfinger, From Russia with Love, and Dr. No in theaters? I'm calling bullshit. I think Ayumi has multiple personality disorder, and every time she says she's on the phone with someone, it's wrong. It's not true. It ain't true. But honestly, it's okay. Because they all just keep paying for these roasts, so who am I to judge? So, about this ranking of films that you've seen. First of all, From Russia with Love is the best Sean Connery James Bond movie. Bar none. It's number 1. It's the best. So that's going to go further up. Certainly further up than Goldfinger. Avatar and Avatar 2 can lick my balls, so they can stay at the bottom. Although I would put them over Knock at the Cabin. That movie is not very good, although it is interesting. These are all the same theater company. What does that mean? You don't even live in the same countries. How can they be the same theater company? One of your friends lives in Canada. What, you got Cineplex down in New Zealand? No, you don't. No, you don't. Unless you're talking about the distributor Phantom Events or whatever, in which case, okay, maybe. But still, why are all of you doing that. You know how often I like look at a friend being like, "Hey, I'm gonna go see Goldfinger, and I'm in a different country than you," and I say to myself, "Yeah, I will also go see Goldfinger at approximately the same time, although probably not since we're in different countries, and then we can talk about the movie Goldfinger together." Like, no, that's not how reality works. That's not how it's shaped. That's not how it's structured. Also, Infinity Pool, I'm gonna guess is better than Missing. I haven't seen Missing, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. Can I share my Letterboxd in the chat? I mean, you can. You can do whatever the hell you want, as long as you're respectful. That's all I care about. If you want to get roasted, yeah, Jack's right. You got to comment. Look at Jack being a moderator. We see you. You ain't fooling us. Damn straight. Okay, so that's the list. It's the only list. I got nothing to work off of there. So let's just put these all together and see what's going on here. No, I shouldn't be doing this by release date, TJ. Come on. No, not my rating. I don't want to rank these by my rating. What? Wait, you gave Halloween Ends a 5-star? Oh, we're going to be doing this for a while. Because some things need to be said. Already, I think some things need to be said. And once again, Ayumi, are you sure? Are you sure you don't have 5 accounts? Because all of your friends have rated Everything Everywhere All at Once a 0.5 star. And like, what the hell? What is going on? How can 4 different people, approximately age 22 to 27, all hate Everything Everywhere that much? I call bullshit. Also, please continue making these profiles and paying me to roast them. I will continue to do it. It's fine. But yeah, I think Chad is also pointing out something here pretty significant. Signs is not a 0.5 star film. Even though it is certainly a pro-religion film and maybe an anti-alien film, which is, you know, weird because aliens are cool. Science fiction, baby. Ha 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 ha. Signs is like M. Night Shyamalan's best film. Clearly his best film. It's better than The Village, and it's better than Lady of Water. And it's better than The Happening, and it's better than The Last Airbender, and it's better than After Earth, and it's better than Old. Not all of those are M. Night Shyamalan films, but they all don't have to be. Wait a minute. Is After Earth an M. Night Shyamalan film? It is? Oh, they buried the lead on that one with the advertising. Probably smart on their part. So what else we got going on in here? La La Land, 0.5 star. Virgin Suicides, 0.5 star. A lot of films here that, while I'm not a big fan of them, should be getting higher than a 0.5 star. This is wild. The original Evil Dead, 1 star. An American Werewolf in Paris. Well, at least that's not an American Werewolf in London. That's good. That's good. But still, even that's... You know what? I actually don't remember if this is a good movie or not. It has an interesting soundtrack. Like lots of remixed versions of like alternative rock songs from the mid-90s. If you're into that, maybe check it out. There's some good remixes on there. But yeah. Also, The Witch at 2.5 stars. It Follows at 2.5 stars. Modern horror masterpieces, and you're a horror fan? Supposedly, Javier. I haven't really been talking to Javier much recently because I think you're just a Yumi. So, yeah. I think that, like, a horror fan would probably be able to appreciate The Witch and It Follows, at least one of them, a little bit more. Especially considering the fact that you also have them on the same level as Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Faculty. One of the best horror movies ever made, and one of the best, like, 90s horror films ever made in the post-Scream era. Yeah, what the hell? The Thing, only 3 stars? What about Prom Night at 2.5? A Canadian classic. Yes, I do point out all the Canadian films. This is just wild to me. This is wrong. Tar at 3 stars? More like 5-star Tar. That's what I'm talking about. Well, 4.5 star Tar, but still. The Fog, 3.5, and you're putting that over The Thing? I don't even know what to make of this anymore. At least you had the good graces to put Halloween Kills at a 3-star, but as I assume we're about to find out, you're going to lose all your goodwill from me because I fucking know now that you gave Halloween Ends a 5-star. That absolute disgrace of a fucking movie. Are you kidding me? I feel like maybe you're trying to like suspend yourself above me, metaphorically, in that Mission Impossible way from the first movie when Tom Cruise is like trying to come down to get the knock list. But instead of trying to retrieve information that you can sell, you have a drill, and you have that drill pointed at my forehead, and you're just gonna like, when I'm least expecting it, drill into my forehead. This metaphorically, or that metaphorically, is what this is, especially Halloween Ends at 5 stars. No. No, this movie is a travesty. It is a train wreck. People look at this film and wonder, like, how many casualties were involved in it. Like, it's that kind of garbage. And to even put it on the same level as Halloween and Terminator 2 and Aliens and Alien, as you have done here, is sacrilegious. I talked about this earlier, about cutting up someone's cinephile card. I don't want to cut yours up. I want to burn it. I want to shoot it with a shotgun. I want to throw it into the goddamn sun and then make the sun go supernova to erase the entirety of human existence from the cosmos, so we don't ever have to suffer the embarrassment that you have caused us by rating Halloween Ends as a 5-star. What the shit? No. And there's just Houseboat. I don't know, maybe I guess I'll watch Houseboat. You know what? I like Cary Grant. I'll watch Houseboat one day. And then, yeah. I think that's probably the best I'm going to be able to do with the rest of this. Oh, dear me. Dear me. Dear me, it's TJ. What the fuck? Signed, TJ. It sounded like you said necklace in a weird way. What? I said necklace in a weird way? Okay. Out of all the things I've said on this channel, saying necklace in not a great way is not the thing I'm going to worry about the most. This profile gives me an aneurysm. Yeah, how about the fact that Shorts is here getting a 5-star? Just Robert Rodriguez love, I guess. What the fuck even is this movie? It's got Kat Dennings in it from 2009. Got a 2-star overall. What the hell? Wait, what? I will never understand why Robert Rodriguez just like started making shitty kids films. And he's a horror film, by the way. He's a horror fan, by the way. Good call on that. Way to bring that one back, Hood. You should be doing the roasting here, not me. All right, fuck it. Oh, you got nothing in your watch list. All right, so just watch better movies, dude. Jesus Christ. You're a horror fan. I think you already watched The Lure, so I'm not going to recommend The Lure. Watch Baskin. Watch Baskin. That's the hell that I'm going to subject you to now, Javier. Watch Baskin. You're a horror fan. You should appreciate it. Maybe. For those of you who don't know, I've mentioned it a couple of times in previous live streams. This is Baskin. It is a Turkish film? Yeah. It's basically like it's a David Lynch film until it turns into an Eli Roth film. There you go. Go watch Baskin if that interests you. All right, let's get out of here. Let's say hello to everyone who's just joining us. I know we have some people who've just joined in late. I am low-key curious what the unintentionally funny list is. Wait, what is the unintentionally funny list? Ayumi realizing she gave the wrong ranking to Hellraiser in her alt account that she uses to give herself... Like, what? Oh, Ayumi, I already said I wasn't going to take any more super chats. No. TJ, what are some of your favorite TV shows? Just quickly, Twin Peaks, X-Files. I've mostly liked Letter Jackets, Letter Jacket? Yellow Jackets. I mostly like that, but it's kind of like, eh. I really, a current one that I like that's still ongoing is, the space show that they have on Apple TV Plus. And I know that doesn't describe things. That doesn't narrow anything down. It's really good. But it's the one that's got like Joel Kirkman in it, or Kenneman, or whatever his name is. Letter Jackets is the male version. Nice one. All right. So, hold on. So wait, Ayumi super chatted. Oh wait, but Leo never got back to us, right? Right? Yeah, Leo I don't think ever got, unless, hold on, let me check the chat. Because I don't think Leo ever got back to us with a name. So I think that was honestly just a super chat and I can't do anything with it. So maybe we'll do another one for Ayumi and just talk about how Everything Everywhere All at Once is definitely not a half-star again. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything from Leo. So I guess Leo just gave us a super chat. All right, Leo. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Dude, I am in far upstate New York, almost in TJ territory. Yeah, but not quite. Yeah, Paul, you have a lot to catch up on. I don't mean to be annoying, but do you remember if you've done T Squidward yet? I honestly don't know. I'm sorry, man. Also, hello, Miranda. Religion is based. I remember you. I think you identified yourself as a Christian, so I won't say anything bad about it. Hellraiser 3.5 stars. No. Oh, I see what was going on. Ayumi logging in with 2 accounts in the chat to throw us off. I'm gonna get roasted. Rip. Bri, F the emoji. What? Oh my god. Karma Yumi thought you could get me roasted. I mean, that's what's about to happen. Hatem movie fan. This is fucked up. This is like its own lore. This is gonna spin off into its own like ridiculous thing. Okay. Okay. Occasionally I have incredibly good memory. And in many other cases, it's dog shit. So yeah, don't expect good memory out of me, but occasionally I do remember stuff. I don't want to be intrusive, but what about mine? Oh, right. Roman, yes, you were the other one. Yes. Sorry. I want to check my Patreon notifications real quick. All right, well, I'm taking this one on trust. So yeah, this one will go first. So, I mean, you know what? I'm not even gonna look at this one. We're just gonna go right off the cuff. So let's see. My friend will wake up soon, and I will pay for Patreon with his Turkey card. Still a problem with my third world bank. Sorry. All right. Well, we're gonna do this one on trust. The only time. Don't expect this to ever happen again, because now it's the time for Just Begin again to get roasted. And yeah, I'm probably gonna do a fun little joke at some point in this where I just begin again because I've made a mistake over and over and over and over again. But where I'm going to start, at least before I do that, is with this profile picture. Why are you trying to lie to the internet by putting this here? This isn't you. Stop doing that. There's no need for it. Just put your own photo there. Hey, look, there's a bio. We love a bio. Hey there, film friends and artificianados. Wave emoji, clacker emoji. I call it a clacker. Sure, why not? Hey, someone just subscribed. Thank you so much, Pop Trick Studios. I'm just a humble guy. Yeah, look at this humble guy. Look at this humble guy with his humble profile picture. So fucking humble. Who's dipping my toes back into the expansive sea of cinema and art. So where were you? Were you in a desert of sorts? Were you in a cinema desert at some point in time? And it's starting to feel like home again. I'd love to invite you to join me on this journey. Despite the name, I'm on a, oh my god, your bio is long. I can't read that whole thing. I'd love to invite you to join me on this journey. Despite the name, I'm not new to appreciating art, but I'm fresh to sharing my thoughts about it with the world. Interesting. Let's skip to the very end. Stay passionate and never stop exploring. Catch you on Letterboxd, which is, you know, probably something that will happen since we're on that site currently. Okay. So you're using the word humble a lot here. Actually, you know what? Let's do a quick search. How many times do you use the word humble? Twice. I was hoping for a comedic effect that there would be like 10, but I guess not. You can't win them all. Ooh, wait. But let's be real for a moment. Ooh, what are we about to get real about? I'm here because I miss the community. What community? The only real community is the Cinemateq community. Join the Discord. I miss the conversations, I miss the shared passion for cinema and art, and I want to be part of that again. Also would highly appreciate pure followers count increase too. Let's be honest. Look at that. Mr. Humble, desperately wanting to have more than 7 followers. Yeah, maybe that'll happen for you. Who knows? So what do we got here? What sort of awesome, humble film takes do we get here from, what are you in the chat? Roman? I'm going to call you Roman from now on. So you just want to talk about, like, art. You want to talk about cinema as art, about this pure, beautiful thing, about expression and artistic individuality, and like just movies looking really cool and stuff. And then you put the fucking Dark Knight Rises in your top 4? Is this supposed to be a joke? Are you kidding? You couldn't even have the decency to put The Dark Knight here, an objectively better film. This is the movie that you're going to try to say to people, look them straight in the eye and seriously say, hello, I am a serious enjoyer of art cinema, of the art of cinema. And one of my favorite films ever is The Dark Knight Rises. I just find so much art in Anne Hathaway's depiction of Catwoman. Like, no. Honestly, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, I get it. It's based in Toronto. All movies based in Toronto are good. And then there's 500 Days of Summer, which is like a problematic movie, isn't it? I don't think I've ever seen it, but it's like a Pixie Dream Girl type movie, and like everyone, like this I think is a red flag movie, honestly. And like Jack can bat me up on this. Wait, Jack is saying it's a green flag movie. What? Oh, I thought this was a red flag movie. Maybe Jack's wrong on this one, though. Everyone, let me know in chat. Is 500 Days of Summer a red flag movie? And also, Jack, why is it a green flag movie? What are you talking about? And your name, well, I can't say anything about that because I'm seeing it for the very first time on the weekend. But hey, we can't all be perfect. What do we got going on down here in recent activity? I think a lot of things I can agree with, although maybe these star ratings are a bit too high. Arrival's a bit too high. Puss in Boots is a bit too high. Burning, probably also a bit too high. You didn't give Shape of Water a rating, though. What's the matter, Roman? You don't want people knowing how much you actually enjoy fish sex? We have a term for that around here. It's called pescosexual, because we, for some reason, feel the need to make up all kinds of terms regarding the sexuality of fish and people who like fucking them. That's where Octussy came from. I'm getting off on a rant. Shape of Water review. Too long to read. Everyone has criticized The Shape of Water, yet it's hailed by those who love The Greatest Showman. What? I occasionally get into this. I occasionally talk about this. I spent some time as a TA in university when I was getting my master's degree. I have marked. There we go. I have marked a few papers in my day, and I'm going to tell you that when you start off with a sentence like this, you basically go from like 100% to 60 to 50% real quick. Who is everyone? Have they criticized it? Who has hailed it? Is there an actual crossover between people who love The Greatest Showman and Shape of Water? I don't know. Do you have a fucking study to back that up, dude? Come on. Today, I'm examining Guillermo del Toro's work. Are you giving a TED Talk right now? His unique vision is like a Victorian fairy tale. True. A better example of that would actually be his real Victorian fairy tale, Crimson Peak. Pan's Labyrinth and Crimson Peak exemplify this. There we go. But this complexity has led to disagreements, such as in Hellboy and Pacific Rim. Ah, yes. The Victorian fairy tale complexity of Pacific Rim, where giant fucking robots punch big fish in the face. Yes. Oh, dude. I'm sorry. You clearly really love films, and I mean, this is a roast. I gotta do it. I kind of feel bad about this, but it's fucking funny. Okay, let's look at the list. Let's go to the list. Des nuts? No? What does DES mean in this context? Let's see if we can figure it out. The Hunt, Enemy, Uncut Gems, Beanpole, Hunger, Capernaum, Stronger, Unbroken, Fish Tank, Coda, Raw, At Eternity's Gate, The Pianist, Taipei, Unalive Yourself Story, and Made. Huh. Well, Made is a TV show, so it shouldn't be here. I don't know. What does connect all these films? What does connect all of these films? I don't know. And this bothers me. I don't understand the purpose of this list. List's supposed to be private, though. What do you mean? This is supposed to be a private list? Then what is Des? Hold on. Now, what if I take this and take it to Google Translate? des, of the. It's French. Sexual tension? Sexual tension? What does it have to do with sexual tension? Movies with sexual tension? Hunger? You mean the movie where goddamn Michael Fassbender starves himself in an Irish prison? What is the sexual tension in that? The tension he has with wanting to eat food? I don't get it. Oh, what's up, dude? No, another window washer just went by. Not sexual tension at all? Okay, fine. So what about FL? What if we put all of these together? Is this some kind of puzzle? DESFL STSKN NWR. All right. There's only one vowel. So this isn't a word. I don't know what any of this means. FL. Full. Not last two is directors. All right, fair enough. Palo Alto. Oh, wait. I thought I almost had it. Maybe it was time travel, but it's not time travel. I didn't really look at any of the films in this. Data encryption standard? Ooh, maybe. So, Nicholas Winding Refn, of course. And then Satoshi Kon. Okay. But these ones aren't directors. Is this ranked, by the way? Because Perfect Blue 1 makes sense. Paprika probably should be higher. I'll say that. What about Nicholas Winding Refn? We got a Pusher fan on our hands. As someone who was like witness to the Drive hysteria that happened when it came out, it's very surprising to me that this one is as low as it is. Oh, hi, Rocco. Are you going to make an appearance on the live stream? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to come hang out? Aww. You guys want to see the cat? Sorry, Roman. But if the cat wants to join us, then the cat must join us. Those are the rules of the live stream. Rocco, come on. People want to see the cat, right? Right? Yeah, you heard a cat. Oh, he's walking away. He's really intrigued by the people who are outside. Danish, English, and Swedish. That can't be right. Can it for the DES one? Danish, English, and Swedish. So the Hunt is Danish. English. Capernaum is from the Middle East, I think. Details. Cyprus, France, Lebanon. Yeah, it's like mostly based in Lebanon and Qatar. Unfortunately, Rocco walked away, everyone. I'm very sorry. And also there's Japanese here, so that doesn't make sense. This is going to be something that people are going to obsess over, I'm sure, in the Discord. Like they're gonna get it. Shame it didn't come to camera. Yeah. He might occasionally. So yeah, your lists confusing. I don't really know what to make of them. Let's take a look at your films. Let's see how you're ranking stuff. Wait, how many films do you have ranked right now? 605. All right, so there's probably going to be some ridiculousness here. Low is first. What secret phrase is this? I don't know, but I want to find out. So your rankings... Wait, hold on, dude. What the fuck? You have 9 pages of rankings, and 8.5 of them are all 5 stars? Do you want me to just disregard your opinion on movies entirely? There's no critical nature to this. What the hell? So I guess John Wick 2 and 3 didn't meet your standard, but like every other film on the planet did? What? And look at this. 3 films into the entire list, and we're already at 4 stars. What? And like, sure, Ex Machina, solid 4-star film. Prisoners, solid 4-star film. John Wick, 4-star film, maybe a bit high, but still not bad. And then we're not even on the second line, or the third line, we're already at 4.5. What? I feel like I don't even need to like compare these together, because I'm more just... I cannot believe that you got to 5 stars so quickly. Like, look, Shining, 5 stars. Sure, true. Absolutely true. Parasite, 5 stars. Not gonna argue it. A lot of other stuff in here. Cool. Yeah, alright. But like, all of it's 5 stars? It's actually 5 stars out of 10. That's not how this works. That's not how this website works. Alright, what is this? Is that like robots or something? Tipping Point. No idea what it is. Probably not a 5-star film. I just want to go through all of these and be like, that's not fun. Gamer? Gamer. Bro. Nah, dude. I don't even know who this is. She kind of look familiar. No. Look at this. You are one of 599 people who have given this film a 5-star. I feel so. Oh, the rating stopped. And then they're just likes. Okay. That's a bit better. That's fine. Okay. I'll calm down. I'll calm down now. Thank you, Brent, for bringing calm to my chaos. But like, jeez. Can I sort these by likes actually? Show liked films. Oh, no, not films that I liked. Films that they liked. Show... I guess I can't do that. Liked? Film liked? Shortest? No. Damn it. But still! Yeah, I know, right? What do you give Alien? Me, personally? It's like a 4.5 or a 5-star. It's probably 4.5. I do not give out 5 stars lightly. Not to say that Alien would be like a... Yeah. Alien is a very, very good film. Huh. Well, okay. I don't really have a lot that I can do with this now. Really, a lot of my humor is just based on comparing things. And you've made that difficult for me. Puss in Boots and Burning reviews, maybe? What, are those ones ridiculous? No answers, and that's the point. I mean, don't we find out what happens at the end? Something special, found only in Stephen Yew's performance, alludes to a whole world of subtext that eventually becomes very important to the film. Thank you, Stephen. Deeply from my heart, my admiration for you knows no bounds. I mean, Stephen Yeun is legitimately very good in this film. And yet, it felt a bit challenging to spend 2.5 hours in the eyes of somewhat pitiable Jung-soo. I might call it interesting as well. After all, no meaning, no questions, no answers, just burning. I mean, I think there's more to it than this. I think there's more to the film than that. And I think being in the perspective of the pitiable Jung-soo is, something that maybe can be dissected a little bit more. But yeah, it's a great movie. Let's see. The Last Wish. 2022, the year DreamWorks Animation emerged from the shadows, finally kicked down the door and yelled, "We're back," proving its resilience among challenging times. Haven't they just made like a bunch of money for like the last couple of decades? I don't ever think they said that they're back. I think really what they were saying is we're relevant, Like they had no problem bringing in heaps of money with How to Train Your Dragon and Kung Fu Panda and the Shrek series and all that shit. But The Last Wish was when they actually said, hey, guess what? We are worth your attention. The Last Wish was not just a continuation, it was a rebirth that encapsulates the studio's essence. A delightful cocktail of satire, daring humor, and adult themes blended with a fresh approach to stunning visuals, innovative editing, and music. DreamWorks at its finest, a love letter to the art of animation, with every frame meticulously crafted. I mean, you'd be hard-pressed to find an animated film where one of the frames wasn't meticulously crafted. That shit's hard to do. The narrative complexity and depth of this film are commendable. They didn't have to go above and beyond, but they did anyways, and for that, I tip my hat. I always appreciate effort as well. Effort always is a good thing in my book. If you don't put effort into your movie, it's just going to be bad. Oh, so I'm just remembering Burning very differently. Well, shit. Hiya, how's it going? Pretty good. Pretty good. We're going to do one more roast after this one, and then we're going to be done for the day. But yeah, there you go. There you go, man. I don't know if I can do anything else in here. I can certainly suggest a film for you to watch, though. Ooh, maybe not American Sniper. Ooh, After Yang is quite good. I would recommend After Yang. And I do really want to see Sanctuary. Hey, Survive Style 5, did you just add this? Like when I said it was a good movie? Because if you had this in here before I was talking about Survive Style 5 like a couple of hours ago, that's wild. And why is it here if that's true? But yeah, watch Survive Style 5. It's fun. And watch After Yang. It's also fun. Yeah, just added it. Nice. Glad to know that I'm influencing people in the smallest way possible. Cool. All right. So I guess we've got another Ayumi one to do, which is already done. And like, I will just say this again, please, no one else super chat. We're done for the day. We got one more roast to do, and then I gotta go eat some food because I'm off to watch a movie tonight. But yeah, this should be fun. This should be fun. It's another one of Ayumi's friends, supposedly. And now we are broadening out the. Now we are broadening out what they are, what they're seeing, or excuse me, where they're from. Because already her friends have been from New Zealand, Australia, Canada, and now this one's going to be from a new country. I am not seeing The Flash tonight. I actually can't pronounce the name of it, honestly. TIFF is running an anime program right now, and they're showing a bunch of anime films. And I'm seeing one tonight that's got an insane name that I can't pronounce. So yeah, I'm going to be seeing that tonight. Maybe getting some falafel as well. I don't know. I really like falafel. Speaking of falafel, it's time for the roast of Hatem Movie Fan, another one of Ayumi's personalities. I wonder what this one's all about. So apparently Hatem is just a guy from the UK that loves movies, particularly horror films. Hey, look everyone, we got another horror fan on our hands. And this one's name is Hatem, and my parents are from Morocco, don't ask, LMAO. What would I possibly ask about? Beyond the information that you've given me. Why are they from Morocco? Where is Morocco? Why does the name of that country rhyme with the name of my cat? There are literally no good questions that I could have asked after you gave me that information. And Hatem here is 20 years old. He, him pronouns. Thank you for that. Oh, and I absolutely adore the movie The Lodge. If you still haven't noticed, it's my favorite movie of all time. Working on my own feature film right now. Well, good for you, 20-year-old so-and-so who is just another part of Ayumi's consciousness. I hope that the time that you are allowed to take over her body will allow you to eventually make a feature film. Who knows if that'll actually happen, though. And so, you know what I usually do? I look at the profile pictures, but what is this? Is this from The Lodge? No. Who is that? I think this might actually be from The Lodge. I haven't seen The Lodge. I'm sorry, Hatem. I haven't seen your favorite film of all time. I have a life. One day you will too. So, what do we get from this? Well, I don't know. Maybe Hatem really just identifies with women who have had a rough day? Maybe that's what's going on. Hard to know one way or the other. And then let's see what we got going on in your favorite films. Panic Room, movie where Jared Leto is a creep. It's a very narrow genre. It's actually not. Poltergeist, great horror movie, and Mother, the pick-me of the pick-me girl of horror films. And I don't really know what to say beyond this. I guess you like films that take place in houses, claustrophobic spaces. Is that what you're getting at? Is because you're from the UK and all of the houses there are very small, very claustrophobic, maybe multi-generational homes. Maybe you don't get a lot of private time to yourself, and so your own anxieties, you see them projected back at you with films like The Lodge, Panic Room, Poltergeist, and Mother. Or, I don't know, maybe you're just another part of Ayumi's consciousness. Who can say for sure? And what have we got going on here in your recent activity? Flight of the Navigator. Yo, that's something I watched at daycare a couple of times. The Lodge, 5 stars, naturally. Is this going to tell me how many times you've seen it? Nope. But what do you have to say about it? Favorite movie of all time? No shit. Also, you're not from the UK. The UK spell favorite with a U. What the fuck is going on? Do you think that I, from a country that is also part of the British Commonwealth, wouldn't be able to look at that immediately and know that you're fucking lying about being in the UK, about living in the UK? You're spelling favorite wrong, my guy. What's going on here? It has become a comfort movie at this point. I'm sick of these Jaden Martle fangirls. Who is this? Who is this? Is this like one of the Stranger Things kids? He was in It. Who's a fangirl of this guy? What's the point? Yeah, I guess he was in It. Masters of Sex defending Jacob? Alright. Fuck you, fangirls of this guy, I guess. Also, I'm sick of these Jaden Martell fangirls shitting on Grace. Like, dang, please. Don't love a character that has done horrendous things just because an actor that you like plays him. There's so much wrong with that. I mean, yeah, obviously. Obviously, that's true. What else going on here? Goodnight, Mummy. Is that the original one? It better be. Yeah, it is. To anyone who has something to do with the Red Cross, I hate you. You're incompetent. Why did you let this happen? If I find you, I will skin you alive. I was high while writing this review. Please ignore the fact that this in fact is a movie, and just be happy that my grammar was somewhat acceptable. Yeah, we should be happy about the fact that your grammar was good in your threat to people who work for a fucking charity. What? What the hell, man? Like, I understand where you're coming from. I've seen this film somewhat recently. I get the humor that you're going for here. But, like, also, what did the Red Cross ever do to you? Shit. I can't wait to see what your review for Funny Games is. Torturing family at 3 a.m. No 24-hour challenge. I know I was joking earlier about someone where we need to call the cops, but I think we need to call the cops. I think we need to call the cops, guys. Oh, I wonder what normal takes you have about Flight of the Navigator. So overlooked, but so wonderful. You know what? That's true. That is true. Great movie about a kid in his spaceship. This film deserves way more love. Only Yesterday gets a lot of love. Stop being ridiculous. Who's here in the chat saying, me, please? Get into the thing and do the thing. How descriptive I've been with that one. If you want to get roasted, get in the description box below. Go to the Letterboxd list. Leave a comment. I'll get to you eventually. And by eventually, I mean probably a year from now. And no more super chats today. I'm not doing any more super chats. If you super chat, I'm going to ignore it. There you go. I'm not going to roast shit if you super chat. So, ha 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 ha. I defeated you, I guess, from giving me money. So what's going on in the lists? There are none. What am I supposed to do here, Hatem? You know that I'm a professional, right? You know that I do this. I do this for a living. This is what I do here. And there's just things that I would very much love to be able to do with this profile, and I can't because you're fucking with me, Hatem, also Ayumi's alternate consciousness. So what should I do here instead? Instead of doing your list, instead of looking at your list, should I just go right to the films? Maybe your diary. Ooh, let's read his diary. Let's see what's going on. You haven't watched a film since March 17th? That's suspicious. That's suspicious. There are lists. You need to update it. What do you mean I need to update it? Did you just make a list? Did you just now make a list? Oh my god. You just made these, didn't you? How old are these lists? 17 minutes ago. 17 minutes ago. I'm just impressed that you didn't make a Star Wars list to fuck with me, because that's a thing that people love doing on this channel. Movies you need to watch if you want to get into our film club. I've watched all of these films, and I do not want to be in your film club, also known as Ayumi's brain. Also, I'm going to need some context for this film club. I want the lore for the film club in chat from either Ayumi or you, Hatem, or someone else, because I just need to know. If you are all not figments of Ayumi's imagination, I really need to know how so many people from so many different countries are in a film club together and what the connective tissue there is. I'd rather swallow classic. Movies that made me cry. All right, let's see what makes them cry. So The Lodge made you cry. All right. Spring Breakers. Interesting. What part of Child's Play made you cry? The Murders? Because I think maybe you're into murder. I don't know. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. And then we also got The Babadook. All right. The Shining, I guess, could make you cry if you start thinking about the pain and the torture that Shelley Duvall went through. Yeah. Okay. Hereditary. You know what? I could see maybe that you find the beauty of those miniature those miniature things that Tony Collette, yeah, those little miniatures that Tony Collette was making. I could see you maybe crying at the artistry of those, maybe, or the part where the child gets decapitated. That's pretty sad. Also, Psycho. You are crying during Psycho because you love birds and you didn't like the scene in Norman Bates's room where you see all the birds that got taxidermied, I guess. Okay. And then you cry during Get Out and Orphan and Dress to Kill and Halloween and The Call and Halloween Ends, I assume because it was so bad. Hopefully we don't get a repeat of what happened in the last one. Also, you cried during Dominion. Yeah, you are vegan, aren't you? And yeah, that one will make you cry for sure. That one I believe. That one I believe for sure. So what? I mean, what? Did you add any more lists in the last 3 seconds? Nope, nothing. All right, let's take a look at films. And then they've said that they haven't seen Everything Everywhere, so we'll see what we get, because this, I'm sure, is going to be funny. Hey, look, Scenes, The Village, Lady of Water, The Happening, The Last Airbender, and After Earth and Old all have star again. Wow. Is like part of the thing that you have to do in this film club is just like drink the fucking cinephile Kool-Aid and hate everything that M. Night Shyamalan has ever done. I mean, Signs is a good movie. Also, you guys always rate like the